And hello, everybody. It's the us at the Hard Knock Dice, specifically myself, Ian, the Dungeon Master, for this Ghost Saltmarsh campaign. And these fellas around me, some of whom have their chin in their names, some of whom do not, are my players. You know who you are. Sorry, I've been trying. I was trying to take a screenshot of you for the fucking thumbnail earlier. I was making a lot of comments on you're always just. Anyway, sorry to get sidetracked. It's a tendency that I specifically have. Yeah, I'm gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons again tonight, like we do most nights, Mondays anyway. Yeah. So before we do that, briefly, as per usual, we are still raising money for the International Medical Corps, who they are doing things over in the Ukraine to help people on the mental and physical health fronts. So, encourage you to click on that link, donate what you can. It goes to a good cause. Aside from that, I don't know if we have any other announcements. We are going to be missing some days of Dungeons and Dragons, I think, next month? Are they all in next month? We'll be missing this game on the 10th, on the Monday the 10th.
Is it the 10th?
Is it the 10th? Yes, I double checked. Yeah, that is the day. I'm like 98% sure. Now that you asked, as soon as you go, are you sure? Not immediately less sure. Pretty sure it's the 10th. We'll say it a few more times between now and then, so it's not written stone, but pretty sure it's the 10th. I don't know about the Saturdays. I think we have something going on. We're missing a Saturday, so cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose. We'll start saying the exact date eventually. Aside from that, I don't think we have anything else. Anybody? You do? Sick. Nasty. You are also a smidge quiet, Mr. Johns.
How about now? Is that better?
A little bit better, yeah.
Okay. I may have fucked the Soundtel room because I accidentally logged into Soundtel. So you may need to do it.
Yes.
That's my bad.
Possibly. It says the room is still here.
Okay, I can't join the room.
So you can't?
I cannot.
You cannot? Even when you are out of even when you've logged out?
I also cannot.
Yeah, I think you may just need to redo the
Okay, we're gonna redo that real quick while you make whatever announcement you were gonna make.
That was the announcement.
That was the announcement? Oh. Well, shit.
But it may be good that we stop because we're saying very quiet on the screen.
Am I also very quiet, or is it just the gentleman's microphones? I can boost y'all. I can boost my desktop audio a little bit. I really need to do the stuff that I need to do.
Sounds good on my end.
Uh-oh. Start session. tense. Nighttime. Cave. Sick. Nasty. Okay. Oh, just Jones. So you're just very quiet, Alex. It's just you. So I'm
Okay.
gonna readjust a little bit of
I
my audio.
just checked whenever I was speaking a moment ago and it sounded okay.
You're like a little quiet, but it's all good.
Boy, Sturglin. There we go. We're
What
off to
about now?
a fucking
Yes,
wild and
everyone has to
crazy
speak.
start. Son of a mother. Now we got it. It's fine. Nobody worry about it. Well, everyone else needs to speak up. Speak, and I'll tell you. Yeah, everybody else talk real quick. Sound off.
All at the same
Indeed.
time.
I
can.
think half of people are son of mothers, honestly.
Mic test, mic test.
True.
Hello, hello, hello.
Most people. I think there are exceptions to the rule. I'm not a scientist
Hello.
of any kind.
That's 1, 2, 3.
I think it's like 39%, right?
I might just have the music too loud. Art is good based on laugh. A nice little chuckle.
Hello, hello.
I was opening my character sheet while we were doing that, and I accidentally selected Milo, so y'all will have an artificer for today.
Wrong.
Hell yeah.
You
When
do
it's
not.
50%
You do not.
quieter than Ian.
I am very loud just in general. That is not
Yeah,
like
that's
a.
true.
That is not a singular, but especially Glib. See, okay, it is. You are just a little quiet, so I'm turning my volume down a little bit and boosting you guys up some. I don't know if I'm overpoweringly loud. I've been told in the relatively recent past that I am quiet if this specific headset mic moves more than like half an inch from my mouth. So it's very odd. I get very quiet very quickly, which is just a no-go.
That's 1, 2, 3.
I think you sound relatively normal at this juncture. I sound good.
Make me
Phenomenal.
sound
I'm-
relatively normal.
Everyone else needs more boost? Bet. I will
I
boost everyone
unmuted my mic before I muted the stream.
else. I'm boosting up the audio that has you guys on it.
Hell
So, I
yeah.
don't know. Better now it's so cool.
Oh!
You just gotta speak with your diaphragm glue from your chest. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna get things moving, and I will actively monitor and fuck with sound settings as we go. Anyway, and then I'm gonna cough first. But last week on the Gotham, our heroes had arrived at the unnamed, undisclosed location that is the island that has the Doctor, as he is lovingly referred to in some circles, and his lab, his lair, the place in which he torments individuals. Oh, it's all about, it's a matter of perspective, really. But they got there, and they decided to proceed with some amount of tact, which is shocking when it D&D in general. It's a very rare trait among players of Dungeons and Dragons. But they decided not to just go in guns blazing. They decided to kind of keep a little bit of the cover they had as reasonable assumptions for replacements of
Because we
guards.
like being alive.
A good thing to like being, honestly. But they came up, successfully bluffed their way past the guards, that they were replacements for the guards that had left within the last day or so. The timing lining up in a reasonable enough way that the guards bought the lie. And they were led past kind of a chamber of sorts, an antechamber that was used for guarding the main entrance, down a hallway into a big fuck-off room that had things they didn't like in it. Bright-ass lights, clear signs of binding implements for unwilling participants within the Doctor's experiments, before then being an evidence of some rooms branching off, or corridors, doorways leading out of this big main room, this big main chamber, before they were led to the barracks of the Sea Prince Guardians, or guards of this facility. They were left there and told that they would be given instructions in the morning, and they slept, air quotes. And by slept, I mean they cast a silent spell that as it went, or that kind of, since it was cast ritually, jostled a few members of the 10 guards that were there awake, but they were able to bluff them. It's like, oh no, it's just some nice sleepy time magic. But then when it went off, they all immediately started to beat the shit out of people that were asleep or already awake, starting a almost completely silent struggle between the party and these 10 individuals, eventually overcoming everyone, only with 2 deaths, I believe. Only 2 ended up being completely dead. All the others were, according to plan, just knocked unconscious. So they were just bludgeoned. They all have brain damage of one form or another, lots of concussions.
A wise person once said, they're only mostly dead.
They're only mostly dead, exactly. They were bound, shoved into the back corner of the room, covered in blankets and mattresses and all kinds of shit to further muffle them when they eventually woke up. They locked them, and actually, I actually don't think you guys locked that door. I think you guys used all your manacles on them, so that door is just shut. But they're all very bound. And then using the last remaining pair of manacles that you had for large creature, as well as your magical rope, you sealed the door that leads up to the main entrance, sealing off 5 more of the guards. So as far as you're aware, 3/4 of the Sea Prince guards have been handled, for the time being at least. You figured they'll get out eventually, but hopefully eventually is not anytime soon. So that's a problem for the later tribe. That's a problem for tomorrow's tribe. But they then proceeded to explore. Julian, searching his memories as muddled as they may be of this facility, remembering that the double doors directly across from the main entrance into this room led to the holding cells of patients or prisoners or whatever label you want to toss on there, and they decided to go there first to look for and hopefully find Julian's brother. Gloob, after a little bit of struggle with that main lock, very, very well crafted it would seem, then made their way down another short corridor before coming up to the entrance to the holding areas. Gloob proceeding by himself after unlocking this much easier lock on this door, peered in to the first cell on his left, seeing the form of a sleeping humanoid in rags similar to the ones that Julian has worn up until quite recently. Torn, sundered, terrible shape, and some of the skin on the arm of the figure inside the cell that is visible, clearly scaled. And that's where we're going to rejoin our friends here. As this first door on your left, as you peer in, you see this humanoid figure curled up into a ball on this cot that is attached in a similar way to the bunks in the in the barracks in that back corner of the room. There's those same kind of blue-white fluorescent magical lights all up and down in these halls, and a dimmer version of them in each of the rooms. So no room is in complete darkness, but only this main hallway is brightly lit. Some of that light kind of spilling into the immediate entrance of each of these rooms, but still dimly lit, but not just completely like flashbanged each and every one of these rooms. What would you like to do? Also, this tense music is way too high energy, so I'm gonna find something different.
I believe when we last left off, Gloob was proceeding ahead of us.
Yep, as I was saying, he is in there, looking in that first room on the left, within the corridor. The rest of you have stayed varying distances, I believe, through the corridor based on how stealthy you feel you are.
Yeah,
but y'all are in there.
We're all moved up. All the stealth checks were rolled, so I think they're all moved up on the door.
I believe
seeing this one.
We had some good ones. Yeah, we had a 4 strong showing from Jakob at the end of last session. But yeah, what are you doing, Glib?
One, I'm gonna try to see if I can see the face on this creature at all, to see if I can match it with the minor illusion and the picture that I saw back in Seaton, and see if it looks to be Julian's brother. If I can't see their face, I will look for the scales on the back of the arm and see if they seem to be a recent addition.
Okay. Roll a perception check,
Okay.
followed by a medicine check.
Oh, I'm not trained in medicine. Do you still want me to roll that?
Sure.
Okay.
It'll be harder.
Gotcha. I did so much better on the medicine check. 12 on the perception and a 19 on a medicine check.
So, with the 12, I'll say just kind of easing up, even like kind of climbing up on the wall to look through the higher gaps in the door. You can't quite make out the face. It looks like it looks like maybe it's a human. It looks like maybe they're human. You're not quite sure. They look to be a medium creature at least, but you can't get a good look at their face. And you see like a shock of kind of like reddish brown hair, but you can't make out any facial features. Like they are in like full-on fetal position, arm kind of thrown up over the side of their face that would be up at the top with their face facing directly like into the corner. With a 19, I'll say even without being trained in medicine, I'd say you couldn't put a number on it, like a number of days. But the scales and things, like you do see some signs of like red, like some irritation in some of the other person's skin. So you imagine it couldn't have been there for a very long time. So you figure that it's been for less time than Julian has been the way he is. At the very least, like it's less than years, maybe within months. You're kind of unsure on how much stress this would put on the human body, but it hasn't been there for like a very, very long time.
Julian,
Yes,
what was the color of your brother's hair?
brown.
Okay.
With that, I will look down at my lock picking kit that I still have in my hand from the last door. Look at this door.
Do you think we could use more help?
What do you mean?
These people are trapped. They might want to help.
Wow, I'm very blurry.
They might help, but depending on how far gone they are, they may also be feral.
Okay. You would know better.
I'm just saying, it might be risky.
Think back to the conversation with Artois, sort of just nod my head. All right. I don't think I have anything in my inventory, but if I have some sort of scrap cloth or something,
Please refocus.
You can also just turn off autofocus.
I cannot. When using the virtual camera, you can't do it.
Oh,
Don't work. Yep.
if I can find like scrap leather, scrap cloth, or anything, glue will just simply cover the light that is out in the hallway next to this person's cage. And just to dim the light, and then I will go to the next cell.
I mean, outside, you have you still have your old studded leather, right?
I do not. I gave that.
You do not.
Nope. I gave that to Taro.
That's right, you did, because it was small. That's right, I forgot. That's right. I imagine you have scrap of some kind, so easily enough. It's kind of maybe not able to like fully and efficiently cover it, but kind of putting it over there, kind of dimming it. You note like it is like a weird kind of pulsing and it doesn't have like I'm not gonna say this doesn't look like a light bulb. Just for context, it definitely it looks like there's some kind of like small like rod of maybe some kind of crystal that just has this very not undulating like a flame, but this very faint pulsing to it of that kind of blue white kind of fluorescent in color light that you just kind of tump over the top, so obscuring a lot of it. Okay.
No, go to the next cell. And
Okay, sticking to the left side.
I guess it really depends on how they're.
They are directly across from each other.
Then yeah, I'll
down.
go left, right, left, right, left.
Okay, so going left to right. Inside that rightmost cell, you see a relatively similar scene. Somebody kind of curled up in that, and it seems they're all in these kind of these back corners of the room. That you've seen at least from these first two. This one, more slender, feminine, medium creature for one you can immediately make out with like passive perception and stuff. Clothing looking a little less ragged, and no like visible alterations that you can see right at this time.
Okay. Same thing. Dampen the light.
Okay.
Go to the next one.
So just kind of covering the lights that are kind of outside the rooms as you go.
Trying to give them. I assume they probably haven't had any sort of decent sleep, and these lights probably aren't helping. So I am just covering them up.
Okay. So going back to left.
Yep.
Inside that one, almost. Roll a quick perception check for me we're gonna kind of use as we go along these.
15 plus 4, 19 total.
19 total. Very nice. In this one, not as much curled up in a ball, but seemed to be kind of like in the midst of like a nest made of what little bedding that there is in this place. Is kind of bigger. You mean maybe a medium sized, maybe pushing the edge of large, perhaps, but this almost blue green gray textured skin of all the flesh that you can see, muscled, like kind of a mixture of like that kind of pebbly texture as well as scales all along the body that you can see in that one. Popping back over to
don't see any hair or anything.
Not that you can see.
Fuck.
This is gonna take a lot of time that we don't have. If I keep going to these one by one.
You were saying that too, Julian.
Yes, in the earpiece.
Are they hard to see? If it's fishy, move on.
I think about a rebuttal and then I just don't. So if that's the case, I will move on to the next one. I will move on to one until I do not see any modifications.
You're around the corner, right?
He is in the holding room while you guys are in the hallway leading to the room.
That's right. Hold on, I gotta bring up my super fancy map.
So moving along, Gloob, you don't see any of these rooms where you're able to completely make out the entirety of any of the individuals.
Mm-hmm.
From what you can see, there's there are 3 more that seem to be much more heavily modified, like that one that I just described for you. Let me see something real quick. Nope, not you. I need to read over one of these.
Quickly touching base. So he's up past hallway E. And
yes.
we are in
hallway you guys
D.
are in D. He is in E.
Okay.
On that picture you got there, because you guys are in that long hall. For context of those seeing, they are in a hall. There's a door here. They are down here on my forearm, because I'm really good at diagrams and I'm not going to give you one. So above this line on my arm is a hallway that has a bunch of cells on both the left and right of it that ends in a T at the top. That is the hallway that he is currently in. So they are currently on the other side of a door from the room that Glib is in. A couple more, about 3 more that are the more heavily modified from that you can strictly see visually. Aside from the woman that you saw in that first cell on the right, there are 2 more that you can't see any modifications on them just from looking in. It is that first one on the right. Actually, you know what we're gonna do. Actually, no, we're gonna say we'll do this. We'll keep describing it here for a second.
As
Of the 3, is that first one on the right. The one room that is all the way at the end of the left hand of the T, and one of the very first rooms on kind of like a little bit in front of you and to the right at the start of the T, right there in the middle.
These are the ones I can't see any modifications.
Not that you can see just by looking through the door.
Okay. Can I try to see any sort of hair on, or see if any of those 2 that I can't really see modifications on, not the feminine form, but the other one that look like Julian's brother.
Roll
Hair,
a perception check for me.
Build anything.
Yeah, one additional perception check for me.
Julian was worried after your last comment to him and says,
Do you need help up there?
23 on the perception.
23.
Check, 19
Very
plus
nice.
4.
So you see the woman that's in that front right, and you're like, that's definitely not his brother. The one at the end of the table, so you kind of went in and went straight to the left. On that first one on the left, you see this, and it's very quickly apparent it's not Julian's brother, as this person, while you don't see any obvious modifications, you were kind of confused at first. You thought maybe it was, and at this kind of gray-green skin tone, until you saw them kind of roll a little bit, and you saw a bit of a tusk coming up out of one side of the mouth of that you recognize. This person is a half-orc, and a fairly built gentleman at that. The last one that you see that doesn't have any visible modifications, however, does have kind of a familiar color of this deep red skin tone and curving horns out of their head that you know. Unless something changed really recently in ways that the Doctor doesn't have a reputation for, that is also not Julian's brother.
Yeah, I need some help.
Julian will.
What do you need me to do?
He's gonna start moving up towards Glue. I'm assuming that will require a stealth check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an additional one since you are moving.
It's my bonus. 22.
Very nice. So moving up, opening the unlocked door, you are met with a similar scene as the Gloob. And I'm going to say Gloob, unless you are hiding like around a corner, he's going to see you. Is that your stealth in this room specifically, unless you're around a corner, is basically entirely sound based. It is very hard to be unseen in this corridor of, even if you've been covering the lights, still pretty well lit room. There's not much to hide behind, and those lights are bright.
No, the entire intent behind covering the lights was not for stealthy purposes.
Gotcha.
These are
clarifying.
magical lights, correct?
You don't know.
They're not torches.
Correct. Yes, like I said, they don't seem like they're not flame. You don't know if they are some creation of science or magic. Nobody has cast detect magic.
If it's not fire, then it's magic to Julian. All right.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna keep my head out the door behind us. I'm gonna keep the horn of silent alarm in my hand.
Okay, so if you're going back up that door, if everybody recalls last session, is currently being almost imperceptibly propped open by a empty water skin. So you would see that up there. Do you kind of want to open that up and keep a look out, or are you going to leave it as is?
I'll leave it as is and try to keep an ear to it.
Okay, roll a perception check for me.
14.
So you are keeping an ear out. All right, and what was it you were doing, Julian?
He had, as he was creeping up towards Gloob, he asked,
What is it you need me to do?
I can't tell. I know some of them aren't your brother. This one over here, and that first one right there. The rest of them, I don't know. You're gonna have to look yourself.
Julian will also look through the designated, the doors that Gloob points out to him.
No, I will say besides these three, and I will remove the feminine figure, the tiefling, and the half orc.
Okay. So Julian, just go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick, and we'll just kind of go through real fast.
I may not be in here.
My best roll. Be a 14.
14. Okay. As you are, much more familiar with your brother than Gloob is, you go around, and I'm gonna go ahead and say before Gloob kind of called you up, he had spent maybe somewhere like 10-ish minutes quietly moving from cell to cell, examining each and every one of these guys. So with a 14, you kind of go spending probably another 5 minutes, going a little faster as you can kind of look in, ID check back and forth. Quite a few figures. There are a couple more that actually Gloob would have also been able to discount, because I believe, I just need to double check. One of them was small, and another was also feminine in visual appearance. So you've been able to cut off about 5 of the. And there are 12 total cells in here, just for everybody's knowledge. 12 total cells. 5 of them obviously not your brother. Going through the other 7 over the next somewhere 5 to 7 minutes. Strictly off of a visual from peeking through the bars. You don't think any of these guys are your brother unless they're one of the 4 that looks very heavily modified already.
Unless the doctor works far quicker than I remember. I don't think any of these are him.
I think we need to try to message him. It's worth at least one try. We don't need to try any more than that, but he's got to be able to describe his surroundings to us. Otherwise, this is going to take far too long.
Right.
Is this the end of that whole section of the compound, or are there still, like on E3 and E2? Is that it? Did we explore both of those?
The ends of the T. Are there doors at the ends of the T?
Yes, one. Yeah, no, there are cells at the ends of the T on both ends. One of them had the half orc in it.
Gotcha. You're muted.
You are fairly muted.
Damn it. I was going to say I will go ahead and fix that on the map. I misunderstood when I made it. Julian will skedaddle back to Bart.
I say, yeah, it's relatively small holding cell, but you also know the doctor doesn't really have any other aides aside from Adeline. So he works through his solo dolo through almost all of his experimentation. So.
The reception area in this. Okay.
Secretary is really loudly chewing on some double bubble.
No paperwork on medical files on the cells or anything like that.
No.
Okay. All right. Gotta ask.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, we'll communicate that to
charts.
Bart.
He's not in any of these.
At the top of the staircase, it was a single door, not a double door, right?
No, the one at the top here, leading from the big room down into the cell blocks, for lack of a better word, is a double door.
Okay, and then it's a single door at the bottom.
Correct. Single door at the
And
bottom,
there were
double door at the top.
2 pairs of double doors on the opposite wall going to the guard quarters in the larger room upstairs, correct?
Yep, there was, so coming in from the main entrance, directly across from you are the double doors that you guys have currently gone down.
I'm just trying to I'm just
Yeah.
trying to make sure that all the doors in that one room, which is labeled as number 2 on that makeshift map, are all double doors.
I color coded the doubles and singles. I just re-uploaded the.
So,
expression.
the green door is a single. Everything else in that room is
Okay.
doubles.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you're telling me that I need to use sending on your brother?
Yeah, he says.
We didn't see him in any of those.
All right, I will go slowly make my way at least halfway back up the staircase and go ahead and mutter the the sending spell to try to arouse Mr. Arosi. I'll just send him, hey, you awake? Where you at right now in the compound? Need to know exactly. Any information's key. That's it.
Can you yell in sending? Hey, wake up!
Hi, wake the fuck up!
Sending has one of those like visual or audio equalizers to where it doesn't matter if you're quiet, doesn't matter if you yell, they get it the same volume.
His
Bart,
mouth
high-low.
mic is gonna clip.
Yeah, it's just peak your mic. Bart, high-low.
Always high.
Few moments. I'm not very sure. I haven't been moved around much since I got here. It's dark right now. Everywhere else is pretty bright. It's been mostly just from this dark room to a bright room, and it's real groggy in between.
He says he's in a dark area.
Okay, that's good. That entire hallway is very lit up.
All right.
That tells us something. Where these lights are, he is.
Okay.
Can we lock this door behind us?
We also covered that the two double doors on the right side of chamber 2, one leads to the lab and one leads to the fighting pit, correct?
Yes, of those double doors, one leads kind of down to the fighting pit area as well. Yeah, and the other leads down to, experimentation room and things of that nature. From what you can recall.
Perhaps we can see if they're holding him closer to the lab.
Yeah, they'd have to be.
Unless there's more in the section that leads to the fighting pits than I remember, which is likely.
I mean, they always could have made renovations, but he's not here, I guess.
We need to go. We need to move as quickly as possible.
Can we lock these doors behind us? Because if we get discovered, and I don't know if everybody that's in there is friendly, and I'd rather they not come from behind us.
Jacob, are you still listening at the door? Or no?
I mean, I'd be.
Are you
No,
guys having
not
this-
when I'm talking.
I guess, are you guys having this conversation up near the top, or are you guys having it down, closer down to below?
I cast a spell halfway up the staircase, so the incantation wouldn't carry through the holding cell.
It's like halfway on D.
So yeah, so somewhere in the middle, so like 10 feet or so away from the top of the to the double doors. So were you coming down away from
If I hear them talking, were y'all having this conversation with Bart up there, or did Bart go down?
Julian came to Bart.
But yeah, I was just halfway up the stairs, so probably.
We met Bart at the door to the cells, and then walked up halfway. Bart was sending a message. Glue held up his fingers, counting the words that Bart was saying.
Gotcha.
Okay, then I would have gone down to Bart
Okay.
to say that bit.
Shut up, just go with it.
I don't think you have that many fingers. I thought Grung had. I thought
three.
He
thought
keep
Grung had
going.
4 fingers.
He just keeps starting over. We don't got more than 10 fingers.
So weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. So no perception checks, I take it.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, let's get moving, and then I guess we'll mosey on up to the.
I'll hold Bart's water skin in a place there and open the door and try to stealth out around.
Okay. Since y'all kind of stopped and we're kind of doing a quick discussion, give me a fresh round of stealth checks.
Oh yeah.
Both
Nice.
natural 20s.
Hell yeah.
I got 9.
9 for Jakob.
24.
24 for Julian.
16.
16.
Oh, practically a shadow now.
Yeah.
Gloob. He rolled an 18 at the end of the last session, so he was doing
Yeah,
pretty
it was
rolling
awesome.
pretty hot with these stealth checks.
That makes one campaign.
What was that for Gloob?
21.
21. You got quieter again, and I don't know why.
Let me check my Skype settings. I don't want to blast out anybody's eardrums, but
Yeah.
if I'm
Seems-
quiet.
Seems a lot be like proximity to your
Yeah,
mic.
like it almost seemed like you leaned really far back, and then your mic just isn't recalibrating when you leaned back forward.
What
Yeah.
about now?
Yeah, like you're fine now. It was when you were leaning back when you talked that.
Is this doing anything for my volume? Does that sound any different than it did?
Yes, it sounds a little bit louder.
Okay. We'll try that.
Glue, what's your passive perception?
14.
14?
Yes.
Yeah. See, Lily knows. Lily's like, yeah, Glue quiet. I don't know what it is. Like, you are never this quiet. I don't think. Anyway, with your 21, actually, let me kind of. Okay. Coming up, and as you start to open it up, you you start to open it, like you get that water skin, you start to open it up, and then you stop. As you almost just open it up full wide, as you can see kind of in the corner, you see a figure moving around the room of this big main foyer audience here. I don't know. I don't have a good word for describing this place. Antechamber. We called the other place an antechamber. I don't know. The big fuck
all
off room in the
antechambers.
middle. The big
Holding
fucking
chamber.
room in the middle.
Central chamber.
Central.
There
There you go. The big central chamber in the middle.
The living room. Gotcha.
Let's see which one you see real quick.
Just nondescript, the den.
As you see, kind of
cozy.
stalking around this of this room, a medium humanoid, ragged pants of some kind. You don't know whether they were nice at one point or whether they've always been kind of shitty. But this yellow-green color almost to all of their skin, slight hints of discoloration and in patches. Large, like you see some, once again, that weird, some of it is that pebbled rough, maybe kind of shark-like skin. Other places are more scaled, but in all, covering all of them are these long kind of quills that are going down. They're outside of their torso, down the sides of their legs, and especially seeming like a large one on the bottom of each forearm. No hair. On top, smaller versions of those quills kind of going around almost like pseudo hair or replacing their hair, and sharp, almost kind of shark-like teeth. Is looking around this room, and you see it just in time to not just open the door where they might not have immediately noticed you. Big double doors getting open probably would have been noticed. What do you do?
Looks like
Why'd
this
you
place-
stop?
Sorry.
Looks like this place is like this guy is guarding, like he is looking for something, or he is
Yes, it
found
looks like it's looking right. Like it's actively, like you saw it kind of as you opened it on that right hand side as it was kind of moving towards that corner. And after a few moments, it moves out of your sight for the moment.
Where does it? Where to?
It just moves out of your sight, kind of continuing along that wall.
Yeah. You have
So you can't see the door you opened it, like you started to open it just in time to get a visual on that. and to stop opening it before it would have become very immediately obvious that the door was opening.
There's Glue would just hold up a hand and whisper back to the group. Something's out there. Not a normal guard. Spikes on its head and back.
Mentally, Julian says,
That's one of the ones we were warned about. Also one of the ones I saw in the water.
Bart's just gonna make a gesture of wrapping rope.
I don't know what that means.
The doors. They're gonna see it any second. We gotta get ahead of this.
Around this time, actually, Glue,
Shit.
you do hear a voice, unchanged as Julian says, "What the hell is happening here?" Sounds like almost directly across from the doors that you're at right now.
It's go time.
Bonus action dash move speed over to them.
Oh, shit.
Stab them in the back.
There's 6 more right to his left. Oh no.
Okay. One moment. If everybody wants to go ahead and get Tailspire open real
Oh
fast.
yeah, we're there. Oh, that's
I
gonna
don't know.
be great.
I'm firing it up
It's
now.
go
I figured
time,
out-
so I did.
Uh-huh.
I went time.
He said,
Uh,
Gloom's on a
one moment.
hair trigger.
I'm nothing if not cooperative.
It's go time. I'm a stab. Oh, that's great.
Oh, good gravy. 1 second. I probably should have thought about this a little more, but you know, here we are. So I say this one moved about here at that time.
You know, Dungeon Master, if you will allow me to amend something, I am sure we'll need Telspire here in just a moment,
You will.
regardless. Regardless.
Uh-huh.
But I will try to persuade.
With my knife in this person's spine.
Alright.
Where the fuck is the thing?
He says, "Please just die."
Hold on. This is kind of the problem of building it modularly is you have a room and you don't necessarily have the entrance to said room created. So it will be flat. It is not actually flat. So don't worry your pretty little heads about all of that. We're gonna...
I'm very worried about a lot of things right now, okay?
Yeah, well, that sounds like not my problem, doesn't it?
I mean, I guess he's got a point.
Yeah, man, I don't care what you're worried about. Okay. Alright, everybody got Tailspire launched?
You.
Okay, I'm gonna summon you guys, then I'm gonna change things here while you guys see where you're at. And you're gonna see the open door that you're currently at. Wait, I gotta let you guys own your characters because my shit broke. Do you have Brila with you,
Yes.
Bart? God damn it. Damn you! 6.
Rila rolled a natural 20 for stealth, though. Dice tower's broken.
Good job, Brila. So kind of put yourselves where you are, Gloob. You kind of are where you gotta be. If for where you were at. Where my aminals at? There they are. Bunny. Make my
Big
monsters
bunny.
grow.
Really
Sorry.
repulsive.
Hey man, you gotta let me have something, right? Okay. Now we're gonna go over here, and I'm gonna get onto a nice little bottle. Whoop! There it goes. Perfect. So,
Just do a little bit of measuring here in case things go bad.
so, opening this door up, Galoob, do you want to hear what you're looking at before you decide whether to try to dash forward and stab them?
Surely.
So, looking at what you're looking at here real fast, as I just realized your camera is really tiny on this screen.
Oh no.
So I'm just gonna fix that real quick. There's some others who are a little wonky, but the rest of y'all are fine. Good enough is my motto in life. The troll models, both of those are fishy people of the quilled variety.
Gotcha.
The two snake people with scimitars are not snake people. Crazy as that sounds, I know. I probably could have picked a better model for them, but mostly I just wanted to be able to differentiate the different kinds. Those two are both also medium humanoid, though very bulky individuals who have these big chitinous plates over almost all of their body, and both arms end in these giant claws that are on both hands, and they're very kind of hunched looking, almost like their neck is entirely encased in that chitinous in some of those chitinous plates as well, which are another one of the ones that you guys had been kind of informed about. So as you open up this door, and you have your split second to see that before it's going to become very obvious that this door just became open. What are you doing? And there's one regular looking pirate guy who is over here by this door and looks perplexed by the ropes and things, and is looking that, and they had just said, "What the hell's going on here?" And then you threw open the door.
Fuck.
You got it. Captain's authority.
Do what?
I said captain's authority. You got it.
Yes.
Show him, buddy.
That's a good question. What am I doing? Nah, he said it's go time, and I've already said what I'm done. Oh, there's another one over there.
Yeah, there are a total of 5 people in this room.
Oh
Gotcha.
shit. You low out.
It's been my bonus.
Stabbing
action
time.
right there.
Where's my atmosphere settings? There we go.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go in and just sink sword down into this guy right here. Actually,
Boop.
I'll use my action for this.
What are you doing with your
I'll
action?
use my action to try to persuade the four monstrous types of creatures in here. And I will say, we're here to liberate you from your... What's a good word for this bastard?
Go creator.
We're here to liberate you from this bastard. You want to help us out and take that fucker out? And that I will spend my action doing that.
What do
Roll a
I call
persuasion
this
check.
bastard? Bastard.
Bastard indeed.
DM, I have a question.
What's up, buddy?
Do I have my D4 because this is an island?
What is the exact wording on the
I think it says out to sea. I will let you know. Inventory.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I want you to actually roll this check for me at disadvantage.
Oh fuck. That sucks.
You do. I think you
it
do
says-
get your D4.
It says
though.
while at sea.
Well, let's see. You're in like, yeah, sure, why not?
It's not gonna
Hey.
be disadvantage.
After a certain size, a landmass will negate that. How big that is, you're not quite sure. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Continents are definitely off the table, but you know,
Those are just big islands, right?
it's really big islands.
Please give me a 4. It's a
What
2.
is a planet but a marble in the astral sea? I mean, you know.
It's a 13 total.
You get the attention of everything in this room, as everything that was kind of looking around / looking at the door turns around to face you, including this guy, who's actually kind of in this square because he was like up on the door kind of examining it. And you just kind of a chorus of animalistic kind of snarls and growls and things meet you as all these things look at you, and you can, considering your background, you can see what is large and in part just, there's not a whole lot of person in each of these beings from what you can see.
I don't know if they're on our side or not, guys. And I will bonus action hide behind the door.
Okay.
I can't. Julian's there.
All right. Well, and now
Just
if everybody could roll
close the
initiative
door.
for me.
Hell yeah, let's go. Nice.
Not the worst.
Could be much worse.
All right. 20 and up.
24.
24. All right. All right. 2015.
17.
17.
18.
Always the last.
Hey.
I got lucky. I got a +2 to that shit.
I also have +2.
It's very easy for me to roll.
And what's
single
yours, Jacob?
14.
14. Okay, y'all roll
That's
the
not too
double
bad.
digits.
Yeah.
digits. I thought you were gonna be like 7 or something.
4.
I'm
No,
gonna
that
keep
was
it real
last
with you.
time back.
That is also what I expected. All right. Y'all playing here for a moment. I'm gonna roll these guys as initiative.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay. What was your total glue? You had 24, correct?
24. Yes, I'll double check and make sure. Apparently it did not record. Oh yeah, it did. 24. Yes, 18 plus 6.
Does anybody know Bart's dex off the top of their head?
Plus 2, I believe. But I'm not
That
sure.
is what he said, isn't it? I believe you are.
Hey, there you go.
correct.
Just ask him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a +2. Unless you just set
What's
that
that?
down. Bart, your dexterity is +2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. All right. So, with your surprise round over Gloob, that is going to bring us to the top of the initiative, which is going to be you.
All right.
Nice.
You guys aren't going to listen to me, but I am going to measure to see if I can. I can. Ooh, that's gonna take my bonus action to get right there.
You also take 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you're at 20 feet of movement right there. Or 10, 50, yeah, 20. So you get right there in front of one of the puffer fish looking guys.
Yeah.
Spoiler
I'm trying
alert.
to see which one I can get to.
That is what that is their name. That is their monster name, or is it just pufferfish?
I, will
I am
go to
creative.
the pufferfish on the right.
Okay.
Then.
Okay.
I feel like with that door open, that's the one I will actually see. And then shit my pants when I notice there's another one in the behind a pillar. And then I will attack him.
All right, you're gonna attack that one.
Correct.
All right, go ahead and make an attack for me.
Roll to shit pants.
Yeah. That is a 17 to hit.
A 17.
Yep.
Misses as you go to
shit.
slash with Captain's authority, and it skitters off of going and just making impact and skittering around, kind of deeply slashing into some of these quills, but not making contact with skin or flesh, as it were.
My turn.
All right. Ending your turn, that is going to bring us to the two crab boys.
Uh-oh.
Because they rolled natural 20s on their initiative.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh, crab people.
Well, at least they know they don't have an 18 dex.
Crab people. No, they don't. Yeah, they don't have an 18 dex. So crab numero uno. Let me double check their movement speed. This one is going to move 5, 10, 15 over here to Mr. Gloob, as he is the first immediate hostile. And you see kind of moving, they move kind of like hunched over, kind of lowering their center of gravity and just start to trundle along. And you do notice kind of coming out of like their waist a couple of like extra legs, kind of like a crab has, that seems to kind of go out and help them. Like it seems to kind of go out and scuttle alongside kind of a bit behind their central legs as they do kind of hunch down. It seems to kind of help them keep this center of gravity. And it's gonna come up to you and make 2 claw attacks.
Oof.
First claw. Oh my god, that is all over my table. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. As this claw goes out and grabs you, you take 2, 4. You take 6 points of slashing damage as this claw clamps down on you. You realize that the inside of these claws themselves, the pincers, are serrated and sharp as it grabs onto you, and you are grappled and restrained.
Gotcha.
And attack number 2 will come in with its other claw. That one is a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. That is 11 points of slashing damage on that one. This one doesn't grab onto you, just kind of reaches out, pinching across kind of like your arms and shoulders and wrenching back across, just slicing into you.
I'll use my reaction for uncanny dodge.
Okay, you have that down to 6.
Down to
5.
5?
Do we round down? 5, sure. I just go quick. Okay, so ending their turn is going to bring us to Julian.
All right. He can't see what happened to Gloob, so object interaction, I guess, to throw the door open.
Ignore that. It opens out as well. It's just placement in Tailspire that makes it go. Whoop.
And realizes, oh, there's a lot of motherfuckers.
Yep.
Checks the range or something real quick.
Oh, wait. I ignored a guy. I'm so sorry. I ignored the other crab. Shut this door. Sorry, Julian. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Fuck it, we'll say full 40 feet. As this other crab guy just comes trundling along towards where it could still see kind of Jakob as at the very start of the slope. Is going to come out here and see all of you. Sorry, I forgot there were 2 of them. And they're going to make 2 claw attacks. 1 at Julian, 1 at Bart, because you guys are the 2 that are in range. So first one coming at Julian. Jesus Christ. 11 to hit, ducking under it as it snaps out at you. The other one already kind of coming at Bart. That one's going to be an 18, which misses your AC because you have an AC of 19, correct?
Yes, sir.
That one coming a lot closer, but able to kind of wedge your shield in enough to kind of scoop it up over your head. Now it's your turn, Julian. Sorry.
All right.
This way.
Still, object interaction to throw open the door.
All right. Door is open. The correct way.
And we are going to 5, 10. You're gonna queue up a AOP, by the way.
All right. I will go ahead and roll it. Misses.
All right. 5, 10, 15.
First few rolls were fire. These ones not so much.
Have to get that way right
Okay.
there to affect everyone. And with all of them in range, just grasping the coin with his non-bow hand, will
Oh yeah, 'cause it's
shout.
30 feet. Yeah, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's what I was
Yeah,
checking.
yeah,
on.
yeah. That makes sense. Nice.
Hell yeah.
And will wordlessly roar, activating the coin.
All right. So that goes out. So we're gonna do them by group. Somebody make a noise for me real quick.
That.
Thank you. Okay, Pufferfish 1. That is a 15. The first
That is
Pufferfish.
on the nose. Yep.
Okay.
First
one,
pufferfish makes it.
One Pufferfish makes it. Second Pufferfish makes it. Rolls a natural 20 with advantage.
He ain't scared of shit.
He is very not afraid of you guys, right? Crab 1. Is a 16. Crab 2
Jesus Christ.
is also a 16. Holy shit.
Human homie? Does he?
Yeah, he doesn't have.
Does anyone get scared?
He doesn't have advantage. Makes a difference.
Holy shit.
Oh.
That sucks.
He is very with a natural 1.
That motherfucker shouldn't get saves on subsequent turns.
As you come out here and you do this roar, you do look around as all of them kind of look at you as this ripple of just eldritch, dark fear magic, like is more primordial than most magics that are cast among your party or that you have seen. As all of these, they tense up for a moment, and all of them seem to round about look at you almost like as one, as you just see the glint in their eyes of like this, of a rage born of like an encroachment on their territory, almost. Meanwhile, you hear, "Ah!" as this dude falls backwards against the door that he was at. It's like almost losing his footing.
How high is the ceiling here?
I'd say the ceiling's probably about like somewhere between 15 and 20 feet high.
All right.
Okay, is that gonna be it for your turn, Julian?
If we can get these a little separated. Go to Misty Step here.
Okay. So, pop back over this dude, like watching you the entire time as he just goes, "Oh god, he's getting closer." Like you see in his eyes, they widen as you get even closer to him.
Just 3 words, kind of like pointing at him, but still keeping my eyes on the other things.
Surrender or die.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, that's gonna be your turn. All right, and your turn. That actually brings us to his turn. As he sees you, and he can't move towards you. So let me see here. We're gonna roll. Okay. So he looks at you, looks and sees this door thrown open, sees even more people. He sees a giant rabbit, kind of perplexed.
Squirrel.
Oh, sorry, giant squirrel, a giant, what is normally a small mammal. This is the giant version was normally a small mammal.
Sea squirrels are always
It
medium.
looks very, like there's a mixture of absolute terror and confusion written all over this guy's face. as he is going to, he like kind of looks at the door that's kind of wrapped behind him, and just like you see like brief calculations of like that's a lot of rope. I am fucking terrified right now as he makes a beeline. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And is gonna use his dash action to get the last 5 feet to that door, and you can see him like jamming a hand into pockets as he gets up to this door, ending his turn. That is then gonna bring us to Bart, as you can hear him like kind of almost half sobbing to his to himself.
This
Oh wait, let me see here. Still scared, still frightened.
this crab guy in front of me has already used his reaction, right?
Yes, you saw it try to snatch out at Julian as he went running past and it missed.
We're going to yeet out right 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're gonna yeet out right there with Brila.
Okay.
And from here, we're gonna hit the whole party with a good old emboldening bond.
Nice. So everybody remember your D4s.
I'm gonna need it, probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Bonus action. I should cast Spiritual Weapon, but I'm gonna save it for right now because I'm not sure how this might go.
All right. All right, that's gonna be it for your turn. That brings us to Jakob.
Great. I need to check. I am going to move 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. Oh wait, no. 25.
Timmy, make a noise.
Hmm?
Thank you.
And at 25, I'm going to use my Javelin of Lightning and throw it at the guy at the door.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Make an attack roll for me, as he is going to make a dex save, I think, no matter what.
Don't believe he actually gets one. It's
Oh yeah, if it's at him, he doesn't get it. Unless it misses, in which case I think he would make one for it going past him.
Yeah,
That's cool.
because it would still be on the line and just slam into the door.
Right. Wrong. It just fucking arcs straight up into the air. He ricochets it off the floor and it goes straight up. Ding! Jakob has to make a dex save.
16.
Hits. Roll damage.
Cool.
And the puffer fish will have to make a dex save, correct?
I mean, let me.
You're throwing it directly in, right? It's a 5-foot line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that line passes within 5 feet.
yeah, like it would if it cuts through the middle, I suppose it would technically hit him. So why not? Let's see. Let me double check his dex save. Not bad. A yeet. That's a 19 on his dex save.
These guys have been
Okay, so
saving
that's-
hard as fuck.
They're just rolling
Ow.
really, really well.
Stop it.
18 points of lightning.
That's 18 to the pirate.
The pirate, yeah, and then 10 piercing.
So 28 damage total.
Yep, and then. Okay,
Why is
and then I
math
need
so
to
hard?
roll
Oh, there we go.
another. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done the Javelin of Lightning.
It's fun. Yeah, how much does that guy take on a success?
4.5, whichever way you want to round that.
So, okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then I will use my last 5 feet of movement to move here. And
All right.
start thwacking away at Big Boy.
Make an attack on him. Go ahead and roll that attack roll for me.
First one's going to be a Great Weapon Master attack because
Sick.
that's a hard miss.
Don't forget your D4.
Do not
Use it
forget
on
your
Javelin
D4.
of Lightning.
Oh. All right. So that second attack, you throw the Javelin of Lightning, nailing this guy as he just kind of lets out a, ah! Is zapped and stabbed all at the same time. Going up, take a swing at this thing. This thing's kind of already gone to the side as it tried to avoid some of the lightning, and then seems to just duck under your swing as you go for that kind of cross cut, trying to end it immediately, but not quite making it. All right.
Okay. And then a regular attack.
Are you action surging?
No, that was a quick toss. Sorry, did I not say that?
You did
For
not.
the
Okay,
Javelin
so that
of
was your
Lightning?
bonus action to quick toss. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha. Makes a lot more sense. Roll that second attack.
Jesus. Okay, good thing I still probably gonna miss with this 15.
15 does miss this time, kind of coming in as it raises up an arm and just goes skittering off of these quills that it has on its arms and kind of all of its body.
Okay. That's all I got.
Alrighty, and in Yakim's turn, that is going to bring us to the pufferfish. Well, this guy is actually right in front of you, so he is pufferfish 1. I'm going to cough to death. And it is going to make 2 quill attacks at you. So as it kind of goes, it kind of rears its arm back, and you see it kind of the long quill that are kind of on the underside of its forms that kind of lifts up its wrist and goes to stab you with it. That's going to be a 22 to hit. Holy shit. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Oof.
Not with that dice.
You got a D4.
Natural 20.
Never mind. Don't need it.
All right. Saving as you do take 6 points of piercing damage, non-magical, so reduce that by 3. However, the poison that starts to course through your body, you are as it starts to go through, you are able to just kind of muscle through it and shrug it off.
All right.
Okay. He's gonna stab you again though, or try to stab you.
Rather rude.
Rather, Jesus Christ. That one is only a 15 to hit, so that second one, as you're still you just bring an arm up and just knock it out of the way with a plated forearm, copying him in how he had, when you had swung at him. This one, let's see. Let's see if it's gonna go after you, Gloob, or if it's gonna go after Julian. As it kind of turns, you can see how it still kind of had never stopped looking at him after he had let out his thing, and it was going to move towards him. It would provoke an AOP if you so desire.
I've already used my
Oh,
reaction.
you did. You used your reaction. Never mind. And it's going to try to stab you 2 times, similarly with its big quills on its arms. There, Julian. That's going to be a 24 to hit on the first one. Make a con saving throw for me.
I do have a bonus. That'll be 16.
16 makes it. You take 7 points of piercing damage and are similarly able to shrug off the poison that you can feel start to enter your system from that quill. However, it does then come around with its other arm to stab you again.
As you do.
As you do. That one's even better. That's a 25. Make another con saving throw for me.
15.
15. Still just barely makes it. as you take
I thought that look on your
5 more points of
That look on your face,
piercing
I thought that
damage.
was it.
5
How
more
many more?
points of piercing damage. But still, that poison not quite catching. Is that gonna be it for your turn? Or that's its turn. I'm.
By all means,
Give me
you
a-
Ah! That's not gonna bring us all the way back to the top of the initiative to Gloob. Gloob, you are in this thing's grasp. You see that one guy has gone running off to the door. Has gotten javelined up a little bit. The rest of your buddies are in here. What are you doing?
What do I need to do in order to break free of this grasp?
It would be a acrobatics or athletics check, your choice.
I will make an acrobatics check.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
It is a 24.
24 will make it, as you're able to wrench yourself out of its grasp, flipping out and able to avoid tearing your flesh even more than it already has when it grabbed you the first time. You are now no longer grappled and restrained.
Fortunately, I think that means I can't do any sort of attacking this round.
Correct.
So instead of just letting him try to attack me again, I will bonus action disengage and crawl up the pole that is behind me towards the top of the ceiling.
Alrighty. Oops, wrong thing. Make you fly. Alright.
About 20 feet up, right?
Yeah, we get you out. Probably not the full 20. It's probably like an awkward 18 or 15, 17 or 18 feet up, but effectively 20 because why not? So you kind of get all the way up, straight up.
Yep. And that is action, bonus action, and everything but 5 feet of my movement. So that's it for me.
Alrighty, ending your turn. That is going to bring us back to the crabs. If my iPad will unlock. There we go. Alright. Bring us back to crab 1 and crab 2. Crab numero uno looks up at you. It just kind of roars a little bit. This kind of deep, almost kind of gurgling sound as it lets out up at you, Gloob, as it doesn't appear to have a way to get up a pillar.
Hey, I tried to tell you to fucking kill that guy. You didn't listen.
Well, then kind of looking up at you, and then kind of look back over to the much closer enemies. Is going to take 10 feet of movement over here. Kind of scuttle shuffles along with its awkward kind of extra pair of legs with the kind of low center of gravity. There are technically 3 targets within this range right now.
Damn it.
Hey, man. They're not that smart. Okay, so we're gonna roll a d6, and basically whoever gets eliminated from its second attack, and then it'll roll for who it's gonna attack second. Okay.
Sure.
So, Brila, Bart, Jakob. So we got Jakob for 1.
All right.
Brila or Bart for number 2. Bart. Okay.
Hey, yeah, that's what I like to see.
Just rolled. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then rolled 5, and then I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rolled 5 again. I was like, okay, fair enough. It was meant to be. First attack coming at Jakob. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Just misses.
Just misses. Heard. 11 points of slashing damage as it clamps down around your waist, kind of squinching in between a couple of your plates and just getting you through your mail. You are grappled and restrained. Second attack coming at Bart. Oh, that one's only going to be a 15, as once again you kind of use Umbrella, kind of hop back and then hop back forward as it snaps through your space.
Hey. But now the other one's gonna come and start giving me some the
Probably.
crab booty.
Probably. I'm sorry, you're just much closer.
No, I get it. It's
10,
good.
15, and since one's already got a hold of Jakob, they're just one at Brila, one at Bart.
Yeah, there you go.
So first attack at Brila. That's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Nah, yeah. This sea squirrels have super high AC.
It's gonna be 7 points of slashing damage as it kind of clamps down on one of Brila's hindquarters.
Oh, but she's restrained now.
She is now grappled and restrained.
Okay.
Second attack coming at you, Bart.
All right.
That one is gonna be a 21 to hit.
That hits me.
Jesus Christ! My fucking D6 went flying. I really gotta shake my hand less when I'm rolling. And for this dice tray, it's too small. That's gonna be 8 points of slashing damage, and you are also
Ouch.
grappled and restrained as it kind of clamps down, kind of up and across your chest. Kind of, you can feel it kind of sawing at you as it clamps on. All right, that is gonna be their turns. That is gonna bring us to Julian.
Kind of cutting a look over at the big quilled abomination, taking swipes at him
Yeah.
with a bark in the eldritch language he uses for his magic. His form will become insubstantial and wispy like ink dripped in water as he casts
Sick.
Zephyr Strike.
Oh shit.
He's going
Badass.
to haul ass over here.
Okay. Your magic
Bam.
making you unable to be get hit with opportunity attacks. Nice. You are muted. Or, oh no. Or you just
Nope.
you were talking so low that it wasn't picking you up.
I just said, point in the right direction. I was yelling at Tailspike.
Gotcha.
And then he's going to take his shot at the
This guy
man
right here?
who's trying to scramble through the door.
Oh,
That is a natural 20.
I think that'll hit.
Are you dominating him?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I can do.
Was that using your
Safely.
advantage for Zephyr Strike?
Yes.
Or no? Okay. So you're getting your extra D8 on there as well.
I didn't actually roll it at advantage because the first dice was 20, but my intention.
But your
was to-
intention was use it. Fair enough.
Yeah. So that'll be these two D8s. He's gonna go ahead and use the D4 for his favored foe.
Okay. Immediately ending your concentration on Zephyr Strike as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I already have the
Yeah.
movement speed from the end of the from
Yeah,
it being
yeah.
destroyed.
From using it, you're just you will lose the rest of the effect. Like since you drop concentration, you'll no longer be immune to AOPs.
No, but I do still get the increased movement speed because I
Right.
took the shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
You took the
okay.
shot, so you still get the 30-foot increased movement speed. You just lose the AOP negation.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead but I'm not using his little Mononoke demon worms. Saving those. This
Okay.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're not using
Okay.
the D6. Okay.
Okay,
I was
yeah,
like,
right.
wait a minute.
He takes 21 more points of damage.
That is enough. Yeah, that'll do it. Kind of
All right.
dabbing in him because
This-
it just as that Eldritch energy just kind of giving it that little extra oomph
Shot to the heart.
as it just kind of takes him through the side of the throat, kind of like going in through one side, just out into the other, clattering into the corner.
Just gonna continue to use that. This is why I was asking to make sure about the 30
Yeah, yeah,
feet.
you do. Yeah, you still get your 30 feet of movement of bonus movement.
10, 20, 25. And then turning around and making the second shot on this quill homie right here.
Okay. Make that
And
attack.
this one he is going to be using his as a 22.
22 will hit. It's very hard to kind of measure.
For a
squares.
much less impressive 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Very nice. Sorry, I'm moving him just for a second so I can measure from the middle of the square. Okay, I think that's just awkward measuring. So as he does that, as you do that, 5. Hold on. Actually, there's a much easier way to do this. I'm being very stupid. Okay, no. So it doesn't get you. I guess I will need, and it's not quite half your square. Bart. So, I will need Jacob to make a dexterity saving throw for me. As this thing, as it
good at
gets
these.
hit with this arrow,
Oh, no.
it seems to almost reflexively, all of its quills, or a lot of its quills anyway, kind of stand out. Quite a few of them shooting out around it.
14.
14?
It starts when attacked.
Yeah. That fails, unfortunately.
Nice.
Oh no! Constitution saving throw coming after that.
No.
Oh, that's good.
Nope, this one doesn't. These ones don't seem to be coated in the poison.
It's their little bigger
Nice.
arm ones that got the poison, it looks like.
Nice.
I was expecting a con saving throw, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You take 24 points of piercing damage.
Holy fuck.
Non-magical. So reduced by
Only
3.
21.
Yeah.
Down from 24 to 21.
Yes.
Just rolled really high on the damage on those.
I can fucking see that.
Oh, really?
Holy shit.
And his
Ouch.
homie would have gotten caught in that as well. So let me
Oh,
make his saving throw.
that's nice.
They're not very dexterous, so he's probably gonna fail. Yeah, he does. He also gets lit up quite a bit. However, seeming some of them pinging off of the chitinous armor that he's got there.
I thought it was another quill guy for a second. I was like, oh no, we're about to get chain reacted.
No!
That'd be sick. It'd be terrible for us, but that'd be so sick.
But a lot of them stick it, like seeming to find gaps in it, and its chitin as it just wasn't seemingly expected. It just kind of lets out a roar of pain. All right, that could have been worse. Actually, wait a minute. I don't know. Like, are you supposed to measure from the ground? Or are you supposed to measure from their square? It doesn't matter either way. I just realized like, it's not a big enough area to make a difference. Okay, so Julian, does that end your turn?
As all my movement, my action, all my extra shit bonus. Yeah.
All right, ending your turn is going to bring us to Bart.
Do these creatures seem to be in like a frenzied state?
No.
Okay.
They look kind of pissed,
know,
but not like in like a
I'm-
barbarian rage or anything.
I'm in quite a pickle. I'm gonna hit these fellows with calm emotions. Just tell everyone, calm down.
Okay.
Let's not fight now.
How's
And get
calm
some
emotions work?
charisma saving throws. I can make them indifferent to us for a minute, even if we're hostile, as long as no one attacks any of their homies.
Alrighty, and how many of them is that going to hit?
20-foot radius, so all of them.
So it'll hit all 4 of them? Okay. Let's see
Yep.
here. And that is a charisma save?
Charisma saving throw, correct.
Charisma save throw. Okay.
16.
Gotcha. So pufferfish going first. Pufferfish number 1. Fails. Pufferfish number 2. Succeeds. Crab number 1. Also succeeds. Holy shit. Crab number 4.
Well, shit.
Fails. So I say crab number 4. Crab number 2. Anyway, so 1 pufferfish and 1 crab each failed.
Is the crab holding me one that failed or succeeded?
Which one is the one holding you?
The
It's
one
this guy, right?
behind me.
Yeah, this one. This guy. That guy was the one that was behind you guys. That's crab number 2. That was the one that failed. Yeah. So that.
Okay. Does he let me and Breela go? Since he's not.
Not like
He's like, oh,
immediately
okay.
hostile to you. I mean, I guess so. I suppose. Is it just like they like it's not like purposely letting you, but like just kind of like as it just kind of like randomly like really chills out, its claws just slacken.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this spell just says you can make indifferent. You make them feel indifferent about being hostile. Look, yeah. Blah, 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 sorry. Yeah, and if basically any of its allies are harmed or attacked, it'll snap out of that.
So I'm gonna put
Unless-
torches
unless
on the
the
2
DM
that
rules-
are, have
Unless the
that too.
DM rules otherwise.
I don't see why. So for the moment, those two that have torches on them seem to go from being very hostile and ready to just fucking fight everything. One of them having just shot out a spray of quills that stabbed into Jakob, and it's on me a little bit, to being, they just kind of go from really tensed up, just kind of like, very kind of like, it looks kind of weird on them, but they look very relaxed for the moment. Is that gonna be it for your turn, Bart?
I'm I'm a risk it for the biscuit. I'm a try to skedaddle on over here, and so Crab Guy will get an opportunity attack at me or Brilla.
Okay. So there's two of you. Gonna roll a d6 to see which is targeting as you guys go past. Okay.
Yeah.
1 through 3 is Brilla.
Yep.
4 through 6 is you. Jesus Christ. That is gonna be at you. I don't know where that
Okay.
d6 went. I will find it later. Misses. 14. So it just kind of snaps through the air as you go past, but just not quite quick enough for Brilla's squirrely speed.
All right, and then we're gonna take a card out of Gloob's handbook. We're gonna scurry up this pole.
Okay. You guys can fly. You use however much movement you got left to go up.
You said they're 15-foot high ceiling.
Somewhere like 15 to 20.
Goodness, I can't. Why will it not go up more than that amount of feet? That's very
Glue made it
strange.
higher up.
Away from the wall a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
probably
okay.
you're probably
Okay, yeah,
slapping
there we
the light.
Well,
That's
the
probably
pane
what it
or
is.
something, yeah.
That'd be my guess. God damn it! I'm trying to alt tab, not fucking.
Well,
Tab,
however
Jesus.
high that is,
Okay,
that's 15 up.
gotcha.
And yeah, that was a spell cast, so those guys will just kind of chill out for a second. And
it's only if their homies get attacked that they snap out of it, right?
right.
Okay.
Unless the DM rules otherwise.
Unless
So
the DM rules
I'm
otherwise.
assuming
Right.
So I'm assuming if we're like, yeah, we're all chill, and then Krabby Stein's like, wow, why is he attacking these dudes? They're just completely fine. That's crazy. Yeah, of course he would have to defend himself against, my buddy Crabman here, just going completely fucking non-chill. But anyway,
Okay.
that's on you. It's whatever. I'm
All
not
right.
grappling anymore. Another time.
All right, and in Bart's turn, that's gonna bring us to Jakob.
Yep.
Jakob, you're around these guys. You saw it. Two of them, the two that have torches on them, suddenly really relax. Even one of them, which had a grip on both Brilla and Bart, just relaxed enough that he just went zooming on out.
Well, I don't think I've noticed because I have a giant crab claw in my stomach.
You do. The one that succeeded is this one, which does still have you grappled. Gosh darn it.
Yeah. And with the perception check of 7, I'm gonna go with big claw in stomach. Very
Okay.
painful.
Oh no.
All right, what you doing?
I'm so sorry, little Bart.
It
I'm gonna
happens, man.
attack the one that's fucking holding on to me.
Okay, that is at disadvantage since you are restrained.
Mm-hmm. Using the D4.
Got it. Roll it, roll it.
I'm going to precision strike.
Okay.
That's not going to help with 14. Wait. That's just the total that's on the dice.
There you go.
Aha.
Your bonus to attack is important.
Addition is important.
18.
18?
Yes.
18 unfortunately just misses.
Holy shit.
I told you we're experimenting here. There's a lot. So,
Yeah.
You come down like cleanly, like going for going for that collarbone neck area that has been very tried and true for you against humanoid targets. Just scraping off, like almost making like almost like a metal on ceramic. Just screeching noise goes off of it.
Did you use your D4?
Yep, I got a 4 on that. I got a 5 on my D8, but unfortunately I rolled a 5 on my dice. So that will do it.
I just imagine like this big like yelling anime wind up, different camera angles as it comes down, and then pink.
not there's like it very clearly connects, but he hits it in such a way that it's hitting kind of like a slope in the armor, so it just kind of hits it and just kind of careens off of it, chipping away at some of that chitinous plating, but not seeming to be able to pierce through. Has one attack.
Another one.
All right.
I rolled the same thing, so without the D4 and the precision strike, that's gonna miss.
Okay, were these Great Weapon Master attacks, I assume?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this one not even able to kind of connect as well as this one, just kind of clanking off of it. Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Ending Jakob's turn, that's going to bring us to the pufferfish, which are, I believe, pufferfish 1 is pacified. You made attacks at, yeah.
Oh, right. No. Can I did forget to do one thing.
Did you want a second wind?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, it was 7 and whatever my charisma is.
Yeah, D10 plus, not charisma.
Or
character
con.
level. Yeah. Not your con. Is your
is
fighter level. Is a D10 plus your fighter level. It's a very important distinction.
There is a rules as written caveat if you were gonna unhostility them.
That he didn't hit.
It says if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed, and no friends were harmed in the making of this attack roll.
My boy.
That's true.
This dude was making attacks with a big ass great sword.
That's called a haircut around these
That's dumb.
You are Jones. You sound like you are down a tunnel, bro. I don't know what is going on with your microphone.
I think
Like, you
gotta
everybody
get close
kind of
to that
sounded a
mic.
little bit quiet.
Yeah, I am full of shit, and that is the dumbest rules of written thing. I just thought that was hilarious.
That is pretty funny. Unfortunately, though, these things just went like, oh man, these guys are pretty cool. Holy shit, they're attacking Dave! Like, they're not cool anymore. Like, what the fuck, man?
I thought you were cool.
I thought you were cool. As it
Hey,
points
but
up
Dave
at
was
you,
attacking
Bart.
me.
As you point up at Bart. Okay. Yeah, so that brings us back to Pufferfish 1. It's so weird because the Pufferfish are the ones that have the higher decks, but they go at last while the crabs, which have not that great decks, go second. It's very odd. Weird times that we live in. So this guy, let's see if he gets his quills back. Alright, as you guys see this dude, his quills were kind of standing up straight away from his body, but you see kind of really quickly almost, but slowly, in that it probably hurts like a bitch as quills come back out from under his skin, replacing the ones that had ejected, and they all lay flat again. And you're right there, Jakob, but Julian's shot hit. So it's going to turn and try to attack Julian. So it would provoke an AOP if you so desire to take it.
All right. Regular ass attack.
Regular ass
I just
attack.
want to point out, the AOP is before it leaves that space, right?
He doesn't have Sentinel. What's that roll?
Oh, it's gonna hit. I'm just mad that it was on a 20, and then
it rocked
14.
over. So 14 plus all your bonuses.
Yeah.
Which is a +8 or +9 because your weapon's +1. Yeah. 23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh,
a 1 and a 2. Nice.
A what?
1 and a 2 for 9 points of damage. Very cool.
1 and 2 for 9. Let's see, when would it have exited? Because where was it at? It was like right here, right?
Yeah.
No. It was one over.
It was 1 over?
Yeah, right there.
Fuck.
So, it's as it goes to exit, here, it gets slapped. And I need you to make another dexterity saving throw for me, Jacob.
It's like, I've done this to myself.
All right. I failed.
You fail?
Uh-huh.
You could just roll one of those dice.
Nope.
You gotta roll all of them.
That is going to be 23 points of piercing damage, I believe. If I can do math. Yeah, 23 points. Down to 20.
Nice. Does it hit his friend?
Oh, yeah, it still would have. So
Whittling down his friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the strategy for this,
this one, his friend succeeds this time, unfortunately. Still taking some damage, but seeming to, like, it's so dumb that I'm about to say this, turtle into his crab armor. Not nearly as many of them penetrating.
He shell creatures into his other shell creature.
Yeah, he
armor.
shell creatures into his other shell creature. Definitely still hurting him, but not as bad as it hurt you. You do still, of course, reduce by 3, so only taking 20. Alright. So this dude's now, the quills stood back up and out. Will, actually, you hit it. So we're going to see if it's going to turn around and attack you or continue on to Julian. So 1, 2, 3 for Jacob, 4, 5, 6 for
Turns back
Julian.
around to Julian. He's like, yeah, get another attack of
Okay.
opportunity, dumbass.
No, he wouldn't have quite exited, I guess, but he does go to attack Julian with a 4 on the d6. So quill number 1 is a 17 to hit.
Not with the shield spell, it's not.
It kind of bounces off, immediately coming in for the second as it kind of growls. You can see a couple wounds on it. That one's a 25 to hit.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay, go ahead and roll that saving throw for me. How much
Pass.
damage was that, Julian? I'm not Julian, I'm sorry. Jacob, that was 9, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that for your saving throw, Julian?
A 19.
19. Passing. Not so that poison not able to take hold on you right this moment, not in this instance. So only one of those attacking. You do, however, still take 7 points of piercing damage from the quill itself. That is number 1. Number 2 is right here. Currently 2 of its targets that are very far out of reach. And I don't think I gave them a climb speed because they're water creatures. So no, they do not have a climb speed. Kind of looking up and seeing you guys. You guys haven't really hurt them either, so it is gonna 5, 10. It's gonna fill this space that was just exited by its buddy or close by, and it's gonna make 2 attacks at a restrained Jacob.
Oof.
So attack number 1 is gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay.
And attack number 2 is going to miss because that is a 16.
And
So-
I am not going to try to attack him yet.
Okay. That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage, though.
Reduce to 5.
Reduced down to 5, yeah.
Hey.
And con saving throw for me, if you would, please.
The way I'm rolling, I'm probably going to fail.
You at least have a
Didn't
D4.
fail.
You didn't fail?
No, I
Okay,
got unless a 24 fails.
24 does not fail. You do not take any poison damage.
Just barely fails.
Okay. Ending their turn, that is going to bring us back to the top 2, Gloop.
Okay. Jacob is getting his ass beat by himself and these creatures right now, so.
Hey, and Julian.
And Julie.
And Julie.
Everybody's beating Jakob's ass right now. I will jump down into this space right here
Okay.
behind this guy, who is not a not a porcupine, a pufferfish.
This one, the snakes are crabs. It doesn't
Now,
make any sense. The snakes are crabs and the ogres are pufferfish people. It's a weird time. I probably should use some of those free Hero Forge models that we have to make some of these things, but it feels wrong to use them on minions and not like named NPCs.
If Julian hits that other pufferfish guy where he's at right now, the homie on the ground's probably gonna 100% be dead.
It is definitely hurting from getting shot by its friend a lot.
No, I think he's talking about the human that I shot through the neck.
Oh, you shot him through the neck? Okay, well, I don't think
that
he's
dude
gonna tell
is
us much
fucking
information
dead. He is
anyway.
dead as hell.
Okay.
He hit him because what did you do? 20 something points of damage. That man's fucking
21.
dead. Yeah, like, or at the very least, bleeding the fuck out. He's actively dying, if not already dead.
Probably like Julian like kicked him on his way by.
Gotcha. What? So what? I'm so sorry. Yeah, Glue. What are you doing, buddy?
I am missing with a natural 1 on an attack, and I'm just gonna back up.
Okay. So unfortunately, just like you go to stab just directly into its back plate and just king, and back away immediately as it just kind of starts to do. You know, like dudes that are really muscly and they kind of can't like look over their shoulder. As it kind of does this, like yak him in one claw as it tries to like turn and look to see what happened. Alright, is that gonna be it for your turn?
That's it.
Before we get too much deeper in the round, I would like to petition for it being break time.
Sure. At the top, after the top of the round, coming up on the crab people's turn. Crab people. That is where we're gonna go ahead and go on our break. We'll be right back. So, yeah. You guys get to see how bad I am at balancing homebrew. So this is fun. We'll be back. It would take a quick bio. Recommend you do the same, but don't change your like Twitch. Like leave us where we are because we're gonna be back to continue this combat. Bye. Hi, everybody. We're back.
The perfect timing, Cody.
Yeah, man. Oh, is Cody okay? I was not looking at cameras.
He-
Anyway,
he
we're
just
back.
posted a meme.
Fuck what Cody was doing. I don't care. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. What was happening? What happens on break stays on break. It does not make it into the live. We're back as the hard knock dice, which is like down. I think almost it's directly below me in that bottom left corner. We're playing our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign. And as you can see, we're in the middle of a combat. Pay no heed to the fact that those flames are floating. That is just how they place in Tailspire. Last we left off, our party were originally scoping out the holding cells within the doctor's compound on his evil laboratory island, and they did not locate Julian's brother, unfortunately, in any of those cells. So, trying to kind of plan what to do, they started to head out of this tunnel that you guys can see on cameras where there's open doors, and they noted some dudes. They were neither snakes nor trolls, but they were indeed pufferfish men and crab men. Gloob only seeing one of them at first as he noticed it in time to not just swing the door open, alerting all of them. But soon after hearing the voice of a human man who is now dead, commenting on the fact that these doors that God's flashlight is shining on had been previously roped up and tied and just shut, locking off some of the guards should they venture down this way. Glue burst out, trying to persuade these almost inhuman in the amount of changes they've undergone individuals to fight for them. Unfortunately failing, they then leapt into some combat. The human guy who seemed to be handling these monsters or monstrosities has fallen in his attempt, while almost pissing himself in fear, to flee for backup by Julian Rossi. Quills have exploded out of pufferfish. Individuals have been clamped. They've been given the clamps by the crabmen. Attacks have hit, attacks have missed. And we're just going to hop back into this combat, as we were not quite at the top of initiative anymore, as Gloob had just used his turn to hop down from his perch up on a pillar to try to help Jakob out as he is currently surrounded. That is then going to bring us to the crab people's turn. The one that currently has a hold of Jakob is going to use one of his attacks. I can't get back to my stat blocks. To attempt a saw.
Ow.
Ian, just so you're aware, I am
Yes,
moving
sir.
myself up. There's no way I could have gotten that far back with my movement. So I moved
Okay, that's fine.
back
To
where I
attempt
could.
a what?
A saw.
Saw.
Yeah, with a 24 on the dice to hit since he is restrained. Jakob, you notice that these aren't just regular claws. As you notice some joints closer in at the base of the claw, as these joints pivot back and forth and saw the kind of these serrated claws into your midsection.
Julian, why don't you have any of this cool shit?
I was disposed of before we made it that far.
That is going to be 18 points of slashing damage. Reduced
Well,
down to
shit.
15.
Oh. Okay.
I am down.
As this thing tearing into the chainmail on Jakob. You guys see him slump over across its claw. As this one is then going to turn with an unconscious Jakob towards where we had previously determined this thing had been kind of doing this maneuver to look over at Gloob previously, and is going to move one, kind of dragging an unconscious Jakob along with it. Is going to use its second attack to try to reach out and snatch you, Gloob. That is going to be a 16, which I believe misses you. Nimbly, kind of it goes down to kind of go down low for your legs because you had ducked out of its way before. You just hop up in the air. It's snapping ineffectually below you. That is going to end its turn. It is going to bring us to the other one. Jakob is unconscious. Julian's over here, and you are up there. Is going to scuttle on over to Gloob and is going to try to grab you. So first attack is going to be another 16 for a miss. And second attack is going to be a 17.
Just misses. My
Just
AC is
misses.
8.
Nice.
Nice.
Yay for +1 Hunter's Coat. So this time, this one coming in as you kind of dodging and juking around, kind of batting its claw off, kind of so it bumps into its companion. They're both pretty big guys, kind of gooping up each other's movements, ending their turn. That's going to bring us to Julian. Julian, you have one of these pufferfishy guys right in front of you, who is still kind of, some of his quills still stuck out. The ones that haven't shot out, you have one that's a little farther back. And I would imagine you saw barely as Jakob slumped over, unconscious.
Oh man. Just realizing how dire the situation is getting and digging deep. His outline will once again kind of slough away into inky distortion. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Turning around to the square is fucking me. Drop that arrow on the one he just dashed away from.
Okay. Is that using your advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
We want that damage.
Yeah, absolutely. I will just go ahead and say both this guy and this guy looking pretty beat up at this point.
Wait, I was looking at my dice. Which two?
This guy, the guy that you're currently shooting, and then the one that has a hold of Jakob. Those are the ones that have been hit at all, and they are looking pretty rough.
Gonna go ahead and utilize another favored foe.
Okay. You just let me know what that damage is. Or because what your attack roll was, what again? I believe it is high.
29.
Yeah,
For the one with advantage.
yeah, that one definitely.
2d8, both of that, and the
You should have a total of
the
2d8 plus
worms.
1d6 plus 2d4 if you're using your
Yeah, I'm using
ranger
that. Yeah,
ability.
we're dumping.
That's a
everything
lot
on
of
this guy.
dice. That's quite a few dice that are being dumped into this guy.
A 7. 31 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Nice.
And that was on to this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll fucking do it. It's weird because this is the first kill of the combat, but as this is the first monstrosity, this is the first one of these like finished products that you've seen since you got here. Julian, how do you kill it?
So just as he blurs, like running through water, and darts around the thing, and he attempts to grab him, just cutting right through the insubstantial inkiness of his form, and he kind of skids to a halt, turning around and lining up the shot with another bark in his little eldritch primordial language. The arrow will become wreathed in layered sigils, trailing those shadowy tendrils that seem to eat away at their targets when they strike, slamming all the way to the fletching through it, bursting out of the flesh on the other side, and just burning it all over as the sigils and the worms spread across it and it collapses to the ground.
Just lets out a few kind of as it slowly just collapses, twitching a few times in like in a completely futile attempt to try to retaliate against this attack before falling still. All right, that's your first attack.
And the second one will be at that dude right there.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
All right.
Jakob's a little too close for comfort with that other cool guy. Don't want to murder Jakob by causing a quill explosion.
That
So
would be rough, yeah.
we'll, taking a couple steps back, fire an arrow at him. I'm going to use my 1d4 on that.
Okay.
Okay. That makes it a 23.
23 will hit.
Um,
Their AC's good. Not that good.
yeah. Wait. Correction. 22.
What was that? 20, 22?
22.
22 to hit. That will still hit. Yeah.
I wanted,
Once again, AC good, not that good. I'm not that much of an asshole. I
want to make sure.
could be if you really want me to. I can make their AC 22.
That one is, again, for a less impressive 15 points of damage.
Good hit still. Absolutely finding a gap in those chitinous plates. You said 15 total?
Yes. And you know what? Never mind. Just
Never mind, okay. Making that attack. Nice.
He will kind of shouting after they don't have names and not specific, but
We're here.
and then tossing 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, where'd he go? Must have been the wind. Alright. That can be it for your turn, Julian?
Shit.
Yeah.
Alright, Julian, ending your turn, that's going to bring us to Bart.
Hold on, I gotta recalculate my move now. Julian moved.
Somebody make a noise, please.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. Me and Brila are going to yeet off our position on the wall
Okay.
and just land right here.
Kind of going on down to Funky Town.
Yep. And then both of us are going to just radiate that nice campfire light and smell like baked potatoes and warm fresh stew.
Nice.
And we're just gonna zip around over here. And then
Are you gonna
that's
heal?
one,
You're gonna heal
two,
this guy?
three,
That's so
four,
nice of you.
5, 6, 7, 8. I think I can get right there after getting
Tagging all 3 of the homies.
shagging all 3 of the homies for. Let's see what we got, Dice Tower. I swear to God, I swear, that's the second time in a row I've gotten double 6s on this. So
that's efficiency.
that's 17 points of healing to all of you.
Nice. And if you're missing any HP, you get 12 back.
Yeah, I am get 12. Get 12 back, and then my bonus action, I'm casting Sanctuary on Jakob and tell him, "Get the hell out of here, son! Thing's gonna grind you up."
I had my character sheet up. I was not part of that healing, correct?
Yes,
You were.
Oh, okay.
He was able to get everybody. He has 40 feet of movement whenever he uses that action, so he can go pretty far. And this room is not tiny, but it's not massive either.
It's 40 foot for that umbrella, and I used the regular movement to get down.
Yeah, so you had 40 feet from the point where you started using it.
Right,
So you had
exactly.
plenty of movement.
Yeah.
17 then?
Yeah, 17 for you.
That's a nice one. That's a good chunky. And then Jakob is Sanctuaried, which is a wisdom saving throw against when somebody targets him with an attack, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
So, Jakob, you're not prone because this thing is just holding you in a claw, so that doesn't matter, but you are Sanctuaried. So, I'm going to put a light on you to make sure I don't forget. So hyped for status effects to come to Tailspire. That is going to be
right?
so fucking sweet. That is going to be so cool. Okay. Does that be it for your turn, Bart?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. Ending Bart's turn. That is going to bring us to Jakob. Jakob, don't make a death saving throw for me. What would you like to do? You are still grappled and restrained.
Jakob just kind of opens his eyes after being healed, looks at the giant crab holding his midsection. It's just torn open, spits at it, and tries to wrench open the claws.
Perfect. Athletics or acrobatics, check your choice. I know you want to go acrobatics. I know that's your favorite.
I'm going athletics.
Okay, go ahead.
You still have a D4?
You do still have a D4.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
My dice fell off of my desk when I rolled it, but it landed with one face showing clearly.
I believe the general ruling is if it leaves the intended roll area, it does not count. So like if it leaves your dice strafe, it goes flying. You gotta re-roll.
Yeah, that went from a 19 to a 3.
No.
So 18.
Holy shit.
Because that's you use your
Jesus
D4 as well. Yeah, that'll do it. Momentarily after you come to conscious, like feeling very weak, but being like, God, I don't want to be sawn in half. Like using your gauntlets to your armored gauntlets to grasp onto the bladed edges, just wrenching it open. You are able to free yourself of the grapple. So you're no longer grappled or restrained. That does cost your action though. Oh, sorry, I totally forgot to find that D6 that I lost earlier. Oh, there it is. Found it, don't worry.
Let's see.
Worry not.
Need to remember that for the future. I don't think I used my bonus action on that turn.
You have not used your bonus action yet. And you still have action surge.
Second wind requires bonus action.
Right, and you've already
unlike
used
action
it.
surge. Yeah. I
Yep.
just didn't know that. I thought it was like action surge.
Oh, no. You're good though.
I have no fucking clue how Sanctuary works, but I will.
Sanctuary makes it to where they have to make a wisdom saving throw to attack you when they go to attack you. and it ends if you attack someone.
Correct. So it is a, if somebody is in a bad situation, they're harder to target for the duration.
Basically
gives you
means
some
the
breathing
gloob's
room.
about to get the shit kicked out of him.
And healing
got decent
potion
AC.
is an action. Yes.
Healing potion is a bonus action.
Bonus
Is how we have ruled it in this campaign.
Is an action if you're feeding it to
Yeah,
an
it's
ally.
it's an action to feed it to somebody else. If you're taking it yourself, bonus action.
Yeah, it's you have to cradle them and then take the bottle and
Okay.
it takes more time.
Is the difference of a somebody who is not necessarily immediately understanding and cooperative of what you're trying to do to them versus taking a sip yourself. a quick hit of the Estus, if you would.
Okay, I'm going to take pretty much anything that I need to do. I'm gonna take 2 AOPs, so I'm going to take
You're
2
gonna move away?
AOPs and back away.
Okay, so
They-
these two guys will have to make wisdom saving throws to even be able to target you. It'll go off regardless, I think. I don't know how it works with an AOP because technically
Not sure either.
they either succeed and make the attack or have to make it against somebody else within range or they waste it. You can't retarget whatever. I will say regardless, it is going to waste their reaction because it feels stupid for it not to. So
Yeah, on a
pufferfish,
failed save, a creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. The spell does
Yeah.
not protect the warded creature from area effects. There you
Right.
go.
So pufferfish is going to be making their wisdom save first. That's a 14 coming to a 16.
16 is the DC. Fuck.
Okay.
Ah!
So one attack coming
Why
off
are
at
they
you,
so
Yakov.
wise?
Hey man. That however will miss on its AOP with only a 17.
Oh, riposte. I'm not
Like,
riposte.
you don't want to riposte him? Why not?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, maybe you'll natural 20 on that deck save. You don't know. So wisdom saving throw from the crab that is trying to re-grab you.
Flaps its hands. Stop.
Fails.
Please.
This
Oh
this
my
one it
God.
fails with only an 8. As it
Uh,
goes to clamp at you and just can't seem to, like, it starts to move its arm and then just kind of shakes its head, and by the time it kind of regathers itself, you're outside of its range.
Question.
Yes.
Because this would have affected the way that I would have went.
Yeah.
If I go this way, I know you were saying that this way is slanted. Would I still have line of sight on the crab?
I'd say at that juncture, yeah, you would still have line of sight. Like it's
Okay.
not a super steep. This slant is steeper than the one you guys initially came into, but only being a couple steps down, you can still see into the room.
Alternatively, you could have just used your object, or I guess pulling out the potion would be an object interaction.
Yeah, object interaction. Pull out your potion.
You're right.
Is that?
I was gonna say you just close the door. It's like, nah.
Are you drinking your potion? Yeah.
Yes,
That's fair.
that will.
That sounds like a
will-
good idea.
And that is pretty good. That is 8 points of healing.
Nice. That's only 2 off of max. That's very solid for a common healing potion.
Almost put that in as damage. That would.
Do that.
It's poison. Fuck.
It's a healing potion of acid.
You know, there are specifically healing, like there are potions, and they're fucking potions of poison. They're supposed to be fake healing potions that are in the
Nice.
DMG. I don't know how you're supposed to
Yeah.
keep track of that without a player knowing. I have no idea. Anyway, that's not the point here, fellas. So is that gonna be it for your turn, Jakob?
That's all I got.
All right. Ending Jakob's turn. That is gonna bring us to the one remaining pufferfish.
What's up?
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
So Jakob just ran
Well,
away, but there's a dude right behind it. There are 2 things right behind it. And we'll say kind of with their handler dead, they don't necessarily have anything to kind of direct to make sure they're focusing the right thing. So we're going to roll to see if it attacks Breeler or Bart. So first attack is going to be Bart.
Yeah, bring it on.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Fucking piece of shit.
Con saving throw for me.
Yeah. 18.
18 succeeds. 6 points of piercing damage though.
Ow.
And second attack, see Breeler or Bart. Still
Oh,
Bart.
me. Come. Hell yeah. Fuck
They-
that guy.
They don't.
Keep
They want to.
attacking me.
They don't want to murder the squirrel. The dude, the shiny small man is is much more attractive as a target.
Feels a kindred bestial spirit in Brila.
That was gonna be a 19 to hit.
It knows a natural predator. Yeah, 19's my AC. It
Another
knows a
con
natural
saving
predator
throw.
when it sees it. All right. That's natural 1. Thanks for being a halfling.
Huzzah!
16.
16 does just make it still.
Ooh,
So
okay.
it's
I
gonna
was
be-
worried about that one.
Yeah, that their DCs aren't that bad. I'm not that mean.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
That is gonna be 8 points of piercing damage still though.
All right. All right.
All right, so he's
A
gonna
lot better spread around.
stab. Yeah, and it's fine with where it's at right this moment. Julian yelled at it, but you're right there, and he's on the other side of a pillar, kind of.
Julian yelled at it.
Yeah, ending its turn. That's gonna bring us back to the top to Gloob. Gloob, you got some friends right in your face.
I do. I am going to lessen that by 1 for the moment and do bonus action disengage and do a back handspring into this square right here.
Nice.
Come around, I will hopefully fucking hit an attack. 23.
Yes, a
Nice.
20, a
Hell
23
yeah.
will hit. Yeah, absolutely.
First damage I've done this combat.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
27 points of damage to this guy.
All right, that's
He's still standing.
no, he's not actually.
Hell yeah.
So with that attack, you kind of do your back handspring over to the side. It's still, like I said, these guys, they kind of have some trouble turning, and as it's turning and kind of lifting up one of its arms, you see kind of a gap in one of those plates as you twirl Captain's bravado, ripping it down, just kind of seeming to. Because you see all the blood dripping out of where there's some arrows stuck in it, there's quills stuck in it, but that does bring this one down.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Nice damage.
Shit. We may have too much more to do. I don't want this one going over there to attack Bart as well, or consider going to attack Jakob. So I'll just step up, like as that one's falling, I'll jump up off of its like falling head or whatever and take my hat and slap this one in the face with it, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, kind of waving in front of it. It was already kind of looking at you. It just kind of lets out it.
Slap it with the floppy hat and then put it back on my head.
All right, ending your turn.
Come on, you big bitch.
All right, that brings it to its turn. And having been, it's got obvious threat in its face, it's going to make both its claw attacks at you. So, claw attack number 1.
Uncanny dodge if it hits.
First attack's going to be a miss. Rolled really bad. Second attack is going to be a 19.
19 hits.
Okay.
Uncanny dodge.
Gotcha. So that attack that lands, is going to be 15 points of slashing damage. It's almost
I
max.
want to hear the DM say that.
Half?
Halved? No, that is halved. What do you mean? No, yes. Halved. Sorry. Halved down to 7. Halved down to 7.
That's pretty good.
It kind of gets you in one hand. You are now grappled and restrained.
Okay.
Ending its turn. That's going to bring us to Julian.
I'm about to send you a quick DM real quick about a potential creative liberty for flavor.
Depends on what it is. Where are you sending it?
Facebook.
Okay.
It just says advantage question mark.
Favored enemy. Favored what's the word I'm looking for? Fellow victim of trauma, advantage. That'd be fucked up. You get advantage to kill people who have suffered like the same kind of shit you have. That'd be pretty bad. That'd be pretty fucked up, man.
Old school ranger, favorite enemy, abominations. Let's go.
I mean, as is a purely like flavor thing, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. Like, it's not going to affect its statistics at all, but if you,
No,
yeah,
not at all.
yeah,
It's
that's
purely
totally fine. Yeah.
to it. Considering specifically where we are and
no,
the
that's
kinds
totally
of
fine.
things going on seemed appropriate.
Absolutely, totally cool. Do it.
Squinting his eyes and realizing that none of them chased him, specifically the spiny one, he's going to move back here and calling forth the predatory spirits in the area, he will summon the Shadow Beast. But this time, instead of just seeming to appear out of nowhere, it seems to be dragged out of the dead quill beast that he had shot through earlier. The recently departed bestial spirit left behind, being called forth by Julian's eldritch magic.
Righteous. I am gonna still use the haunted armor just
That
for
is-
the sake of keeping like clarity.
I mean, so far it has been a wolf, an eel, and a squid, and it's been the haunted armor every time, so I hardly
Yep.
think that's...
Yeah.
and he actually summoned it right there.
Okay.
Or
sure,
it
sure.
can swirl over there, whatever. That is its own destination.
All right. Easy enough. And does it get to
Um,
act on its turn or on its first
it
on its first summon?
Does. Yes.
What's it doing?
Well, it goes immediately after Julian's turn.
Okay.
So
What else you got?
that will be the rest of my move. And now that is its turn, it is going to hold its action to attack until there are no friendlies nearby, and Julian will shout, "Get away from it!" at Bart.
Easy enough. All right. So gonna be it for your turn. End its turn.
Yeah, that'll be our turns because its action is held.
Sick. Righteous. Righteous. Okay. Ending Julian and the Shadow Beast turn. That is gonna bring us to Bart.
Okay, so how does it work if you command your mount to disengage? It uses your bonus action to command it something to do for its action. So I use my bonus action so that Brilla doesn't take an opportunity attack, but I could still potentially take an opportunity attack from moving away from it.
I suppose so. 'Cause
Sure,
you're-
we'll do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll assume yes,
Yeah.
and then we'll move over here in case this guy was getting any
Okay.
ideas about going after my very damaged homie Jakob, and we'll
Gotcha.
toll Crabman's.
Toll it's dead.
Yeah, we'll toll it's dead
All right.
because we need him to put down frogs.
Gotcha. AOP is gonna be a 17.
And misses.
Misses. Glancing off your half plate. All right, and you said Toll it's dead, so it's gonna be a
Yep.
Wisdom save.
8 and 8 if it fails, so 16.
That's a dirty 20. I'm
Fuck
not even.
these
I'm
guys.
not even fucking kidding. I don't know what it is with them and Wisdom saving throws, but they are fucking on it.
All right.
Holy
Well,
shit! I just want to
that's-
let you know, I have been where you are,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
It happens, man. Save or suck. It sucks
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, go ahead. I would say the
And
Shadow
then
Beast's
it's-
attack would have been triggered when he moved out of range.
So yeah, roll its attack, real quick.
The
and
attack
what
was
else
an
are you doing?
18.
18 just hits.
Okay.
And anything else you were doing for your turn, Bart?
Nope. Bonus action movement.
All right, and what's the dex save on your Shadow Beast?
Dex save.
You hit it.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm
So
Roll
also,
damage.
yeah, also give me the damage.
12 plus 3 spells level 3 plus 6. Okay. I couldn't remember what the damage was. So.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, it should be a D12 plus
Uh,
something plus the level it's being cast at.
Yep. With 11 on the dice, that'll be
Nice.
17 points of cold damage.
Very hefty. Big hit. Very nice. But yeah,
Deck save is not too bad. Okay, 15. I think that fails, right?
a 15. Let me double check. A 15 just makes it actually.
Oh,
A 15 is on the nose, exactly what you
That-
needed. So
okay.
that is going to be 16 points of piercing damage, half down to 8.
all right. Yeah, I was under the impression that 16 was the target DC.
Jakob has rolled, unfortunately, very poorly on his 2 saves, so that was just rough.
You said 8 points of damage?
8 points, 16 half down to 8. Woo. Alrighty. And is that everything for your turn as well, Bart, or is there anything else you want to do?
I got it. That's everything.
That's everything? Okay.
Yep.
Nothing you want to do with your bonus action? Oh no, you commanded.
But bonus
that's
action.
right.
was-
That's right. That's right. Ending Bart's turn. That's gonna bring us to Jakob. Jakob, you're down there. You're feeling less shitty than you did a round ago.
You're still sanctuaried.
You are still sanctuaried.
Oh, and before we go further,
Yes.
it is the sticky one.
It
Just
is the
before
sticky
it gets around to the enemy ones.
No worries.
I don't. What? The sticky one.
I think he means fear. The fear
Oh,
shadow
okay. I'm like,
The-
why
the
are you
one
making
that-
sticky beast over
Or
here?
no, it's despair. I think is the one that despair is the one that reduces movement speed by 20 when you start your turn within 5 feet of it. So, Jakob.
I am going to throw 2 javelins at it.
Okay, which one are you throwing at?
At one.
This guy.
I need move.
I was gonna say with kind of your current angle, like I know the models don't clearly represent it. It's gonna be getting a little bit. It's probably gonna be getting half cover from the Shadow Beast throwing because you're throwing almost directly through the Shadow Beast square.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, first one.
So quills are out.
17. Which
Seven.
I think missed.
Nope. 17 hits with its quills out.
Oh yeah.
Good shit.
9 points.
9 points of damage.
Next one.
As you do note, as Jakob throws his javelin, quills are stuck out. They're not there. They're not in the way to deflect attacks made at it.
I see. Now you understand mechanics at the end of the conference.
Unfortunately, the like y'all rolled so high on the other ones, like when it had its quills out, it wouldn't have mattered. Even if it had its quills down, it would have still gotten hit. So it was 9 damage on the first one. What was that second attack?
Next one is a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And let me check real quick on something. Let's do a trip attack.
Okay. So it's a strength saving throw, correct?
EC 16.
Okay. That is a 15, so it just fails.
Gotta love the double one on both the dice.
As it is knocked prone. That one is alive though, so I'm gonna put a light on it so I don't forget that it's not dead.
7 points of piercing.
All right, 7 more points. Very nice.
You still have the sanctuary light on. Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna take it off here in just a second. As you do make those 2 attacks, that kind of comforting, almost like a comforting, like warm blanket that was draped over your shoulders and stuff seems to fade away.
Then I am going to quick toss for my bonus action.
All right. See, feels so good to see somebody using quick toss because I was like, oh man, that's a pretty cool like Battlemaster maneuver when I saw it in Tasha's.
27.
Yeah, 27 will hit.
One of my like 97 character concepts has it.
Yeah, I've thought of some like throwing weapon characters, and I was like, oh, that sounds badass.
11.
11 points of damage. Very nice. It is still up, but it is definitely hurting. Did you make that attack at disadvantage since it was prone? Sorry, I forgot you knocked it prone the first time.
It still hits.
Still
I rolled
hits?
A
Nice.
19 and then a 20.
Oh, gotcha. Nice. So the 19, but very, very good, very good. Definitely hurting pretty bad at this juncture. Anything else for your turn?
That'll be it.
All right, ending your turn. That is going to bring us to its turn. It just got shanked a lot.
Added a couple quills to it.
Yeah, you added a couple quills to it. It does, as it is laying prone there, you see its quills start to regrow and lay flat. It is going to use half its movement to stand up, and it really can't go anywhere else. I think
It has 5 more feet of movement. Come on.
you're assuming it only has 30 feet of movement. I like that.
Oh, that's fine.
As it is going to like try to move a little bit, but being obviously slowed by this thing next to it, it is going to lash out with its arm quills. That's a 24 to hit on the first,
Misses.
and then a 15 to hit on the second.
Both hit.
Both hit. So it takes 8, and then 7 points of piercing damage. I need 2 Constitution saving throws unless it's immune to poison.
It is not. 1 success, 1 fail.
What were they?
What was those damage?
8 and 7. So a total of 15 points of piercing damage. And what were its con saves?
1 sec. It was a 19 and an 8.
Yeah. 1 success, 1 failure. It takes 14 points of poison damage on the failed one.
Oh, it is dead.
It soaked some action economy, so doing its job as this thing does, as it goes to move towards the source of all those javelins just got thrown at it, moving 5 feet closer, and not quite being able to make it, just turn around and just stabbing twice into the shadow beast that resembles its fallen brethren. Failing the con save on one of the poison, it does dissipate into that eldritch kind of inky water mist kind of deal that it's got going on. That is, however, going to end its turn and bring us back to the top to Gloob. You are clawed right now.
All right. I am going to have faith in my friends to hopefully get me out of here fairly quickly. And I'm going to make an attack at this guy at disadvantage.
Okay, roll it.
Ah, fuck. Is a 19 hit?
A 19 just hits.
Oh, let's fucking go. All right. And there's no one else within 5 feet of me.
But the attack was made at disadvantage. So unfortunately it does not get sneak attack.
Ah, that's right. So that'll be a large 8 points of damage.
Alrighty. Sneaking in, slicing on one of the membranes that are in between some of its armor plates. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. I'll just call out to my friends and just say, "Hurry up, guys, please!" That'll be it.
Alright, that is going to bring us to its turn. And while it is relatively bestial, it is smart enough to understand that its numbers are getting whittled down. We just lost Christopher. Oh no. And it is going to use both of its attacks to saw you.
Love that for me. Uncanny dodge.
That first one is going to be a 25.
Uncanny dodge.
5, 7, 8. 12 points of slashing damage, half down to 6.
All right.
As like I said, you seeing this for the first time, as you see these joints at kind of where on the kind of corners of where the claws attach to the wrist area, as it allows it to pivot and saw at you. That one is a 19.
Hits.
That one is going to be 10, 13, 17 points of slashing damage.
That hurts really badly.
As it does that kind of whirling around to kind of looking at at multiples of you, is actually going to take a step back, dragging Gloob along with it, and kind of letting out that gurgling kind of watery roar at the rest of you that are still around. Ending its turn. That's going to bring us to Julian.
Are these things immune to poison?
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Holy shit.
These ones aren't.
He is actively sawing into my skin. If you want to roll that,
That is a 19.
that is a success.
Shit. Well, I mean, balls.
Is every shot you don't take?
Absolutely. No, totally. You got that is something that I need you to remember for me, because I will not, unfortunately.
All right. Julian's part.
1 second.
He is just gonna shoot it.
Did Alex have something else to do?
It's just on for his turn. If he is grappling me, I don't know if he gets a save.
Oh shit.
Oh, he does. He does.
Oh,
Never
okay.
mind.
Yeah. I think it's whenever
That
they're
would be
touching
so
you, they get a save.
Yep.
I don't know how frequently it is. I guess it's every round they start their turn grappling you.
Right.
That's what. Fucking frog luchador. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Julian, what you doing, buddy?
Getting a natural 20 and ending this so quick.
Yeah.
Hell
First shot
yeah.
was a nat 20.
Nice.
Actually, I'm not gonna roll my second attack yet because I don't know if this is gonna kill it or not. Probably not.
He said, let me measure it. Then it's 10 feet here.
That's a weird, like, that is not 10 feet worth of squares.
Yeah.
That's kind
I
of why
thought it was 5 feet away.
Huh?
That's why I was confused.
No, it is anything within 10 feet of you. That's broke. That is not 10 feet. I don't think, because that's all. Am I crazy? Like, if we're looking at where that's measuring, that is covering only 5 feet worth of squares.
It depends on how you want to do radiuses. If you do every other diagonal counts as 2 squares, then you have diamonds whenever you do.
Right. Well, even
circles.
then,
But
look at it.
otherwise,
It's not
it's
hitting.
just boxes.
Yeah.
Radiuses
It's also
are
measuring.
boxes.
It's measuring from the center of the square, so it's doing half of
Yeah.
the square it should be in.
Right.
Well, even if I measure it like all the way down to the floor, right?
If you do
I'm
it-
saying- yeah, but
if
you're
it-
measuring it from the center of the square. Look, like when you do a line.
Oh.
If it's a 10-foot
That
radius,
makes
then it's
sense.
gonna hit me and Brila for
Okay,
sure.
that's because I was like, I feel like somebody should be in range here. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, what? Am I crazy? Welcome back, Christopher. You did not miss too much. I will resummon you here in just a moment.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's as it gets hit with that first one. If you and Brila can make deck saves for me.
Okay. That sucks. I was under the impression that it was only a 5 foot
No, it's a
burst.
10-foot
So,
radius.
so I stopped there specifically because I'm like, I'm out of this range. I'll be good.
That's
but,
my
alright.
that's my bad for messing that up earlier in the combat. I was trying to keep things moving. I don't think I was looking at it as closely when there was more bodies on the board.
That's a natural 1 followed by a 19 plus 3 for 22 for Bart.
Okay.
And a dirty 19 for Brila.
A dirty 19.
Yeah, dirty. I mean, Brila's only got 5 hit points left, so I'm sure she's dead in any case.
Well, that's 20 damage, half down
Yeah.
to 10 for both of you.
32 points of damage to the creature.
Very nice with the crit.
Yep.
Very, very nice.
14 times 2 plus flat.
Yeah, no, that'll fucking do it. It was hurting after all those javelins Jakob threw at it. Yeah, no, that definitely fucking kills it. Jesus
kinda-
Christ.
turns to face the crab, sidesteps a few. Get eyes on it without accidentally shooting
Oh,
glue.
whoops. Oh well.
And second shot.
Second attack.
Yep.
Get right ahead. Technically, since it died from that damage, I don't think it wouldn't get its reaction on death. So I forgot that he had crit and what its HP was. So I guess you take 10 HP back and Brilla's still alive.
Hey.
Because it doesn't make sense that as it died.
It's a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I like that because it helps me.
Yep.
My second attack is not good.
It is not. What was that attack?
It's 15 total.
That does not hit. Yeah.
We
Oh
we
no,
tried to-
wait. Brilla's still here. I just hit her behind the.
Wait,
Oh.
hold on.
Yes, sir.
I still have a 1d4, right?
Yep. If you did not use it on that first attack, which I assume you didn't on a crit.
Yeah, I still miss.
Okay.
You said it's AC 19, right? I got
Correct. Yep.
Total
19 is
18.
what has hit them so far. All right. So first attack, finishing off that first one. As you hit it, its quills start to lift up, but it dies before they can fire. Ending Julian's turn. Yes.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew. That is going to bring us to Bart.
Does this crab person look quite hurt?
No, it looks a little hurt.
Looks a little hurt.
It has taken damage, not much.
And it's got gloob currently.
Currently has gloob and one hand. Claw.
Mm. I totally forgot about a complete aspect. I forgot that when you don't specifically give your creature an action to take, it takes the dodge action. So technically, all those times it should be getting hit, they should have attacks against it at a disadvantage.
What's her AC?
12. I don't think it would have mattered much, but that's
It
something
would
to
not.
remember for the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Bart, I mean, we gotta kill these things. They're just gonna keep doing more shit to us, so I guess holding his ground right there. Fucking wisdom saving throw on this piece of shit.
All right. That's a 9.
Hey!
It did not keep rolling high like they've been doing.
That's a 12.
Nice.
And that's a 2. So 14 necrotic.
14 plus your wisdom, right?
Oh, yes, plus my wisdom.
So
Thank
19.
you for that. 19
welcome.
total.
Happy to help.
Get
Definitely.
out of here. You're not welcome. The grandfather clock tolls. It's time for you to go home in hell.
That bell tolls, and this necrosis seems to set in, eating away at any of the gaps in its armor. You can definitely see it burning as it writhes in pain, letting out it. Ending Bart's turn. It's gonna bring us to Yak.
You know what? We'll move on up. Like, nah, you're not going anywhere. You stuck right here. We got you.
All right.
I will also move up 10, 20, 25.
All right.
How is Snake looking?
You were a little quiet. What was that, Jacob?
How is the snake looking?
It's not a snake. It's a crab.
It's crab.
God damn it, it's crab. It's looking a little battered, but it's not looking bloodied.
Okay, never mind. I'm not moving myself there then. I'm moving myself here, and then last 5 there. Would I be able to reach Gloob from there?
Yeah, I'd say
Or is
so.
he actually in the same? Okay.
Yeah, no, he's
then
still
I
in his
would
square.
like to try to free the homie Gloobert.
Okay. All right.
Glubert.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
31.
Jesus Christ! Did you roll the D4 just because? Just
Yeah.
because you could?
Yeah.
As you were able to kind of reach in and getting your hands in, like on either side. Once again, putting the armored palms of your gauntlets, wrenching it apart with almost no effort this time around. Gloob, you drop down, a little worse for wear, but no longer grappled or restrained.
Nice.
like-
Did it already hit you with the saw?
It did.
Like one of those Looney Tunes where like one character just like opens up the jaws of another character and like takes Tweety Bird out and then shuts the jaws again.
Yeah,
Basically. He got it out, and Gloob dropped, and Gloob kind of ducked naturally, and as he released, it kind of back in, because the muscles of it were fighting him the entire time as he wrenched it apart. I figured it could take off something important. All right, is that gonna be it for your turn, Jakub?
Yeah, Jakub's just gonna say, yeah, I know how that feels.
You fucked up my shirt.
Yeah, he fucked up mine too.
You wear
That'd be
clothes. All right, ending.
His shirt is
Varhan-
made of steel.
Ending. Goddamn. Ending Jakub's turn. That would have been the pufferfish's turn, but they're dead.
Dunzo.
So bring us back to the top to Gloob. Gloob, newly freed. What would you like to do?
I will spend my bonus action and my movement to give myself advantage on my attack roll, and I will try to end this fucking creature in front of me for fucking up my shirt.
All right, roll it.
First one is a fucking 13, bro. Please, dice
D4.
gods. Natural 20 on
There
the
you
fucking
go.
second one. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's
Roll it out for me.
yeah. I like the crit sneak attacks. Those are
It
good.
just be whoo, spicy. Why is it
All right.
spicy?
That's 2d8 plus 8d6.
Yep.
Just imagine the crab from SpongeBob saying that.
Five,
Why is it
7,
spicy? It's got like a knife in him.
God, Mr. Krabs, no. It'd be terrible.
See that?
One of these guys' name was Eugene
17.
before.
minus 27.
I can definitely hear Clancy Brown saying, "Why is it spicy?"
41 plus 7 is 48 points of magical piercing.
Sweet baby Jesus, how would you like to end this fight, Gloob?
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus.
Jacob comes up and frees me, look at my shirt, a bit sad, goes to pissed pretty quickly, just, you bitch, just fairly unceremoniously just stab up and through its mouth as it comes back to like plant me.
Yep, as it is, yeah, it's kind of turning your guys' direction. Mouth opens to let out another one of those roars, just as it just
Asshole.
collapses down to the floor.
Could have
You
fought with
guys-
us.
Are currently out of initiative.
I cast Aura of Vitality.
All right.
Gloob goes to grab this big motherfucker and drag him into the room with the others, and then probably can't move him.
Make an athletics check for me, Gloob.
This is my bonus to athletics. 1. That's a 12 total.
Yeah, no. I mean, maybe very slowly.
I think we might be past that.
Is
kind of
any
like-
alarms triggered or anything?
Gestures at like the sprays of blood and ichor and whatever else resulted.
While they're doing that and Bart staying close to them, Jakub, you heal for 38 points of damage. I'm gonna heal myself for a little bit. How's everyone else looking? How are y'all looking? Y'all looking all right?
Script
How long does that spell take?
A minute.
1 minute?
1 minute.
Okay.
I'm 30 seconds or 36 seconds through.
Julian will be spending that minute searching the dead human for keys or anything like that.
Okay, so you move over.
How's Gloob looking?
Bloodied, essentially.
You heal for 20 on the nose. That's 2 more rounds. Which gives me 3 more rounds. And you said, is Jakob looking pretty good now? You feeling good, Jakob?
Little scraped up.
All right, we'll give 1 more round to Jakob. Ooh, that's 12. That's double sixes.
Nice.
And 1 more round to Julian, which is 6. And 1 more round to Glue, which is only 4. Boom. 1 minute.
Jakob will grab his javelins and then check the rope on the door.
Okay. Julian, go ahead and roll your investigation check for me.
Yeah, with that giant +0. Oh no, I'm proficient +3. Never mind.
And you would still have the D4 because that lasts for 10 minutes, correct?
Bet. That'll be a 19 with the D4 involved.
Specifically looking for a key?
A key or any other important rings or parcels.
I gotcha. So, specifically looking for important documentation or keys or rings or anything, you do find a key, like a steel key in there. And I'm going to say with a 19, and with it having it actually in your hand and not based off of kind of like passive perceptions and things that you guys, when you saw the other key that guy had originally, you'll see while the overall design of the key is very plain, that there are some very small runes etched along kind of the top.
Arcane key.
Shit. Fancy.
Just gonna like unceremoniously drag and toss that guy out from in front of the door he had been in front of.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we probably are now on a much shorter timer.
Yeah, I'd say so.
While he's doing that, and I clearly realize that I can't move this guy, I'll just listen out and see if there's any alarms going off or people talking or anything like that.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll that perception check. Jakob, you said that you were wanting to check the rope real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. I'll just say passively. You can look up. You can see. You see like one end of it where the guy started to fiddle with it, but you guys busted in before he had really made any progress. So it's still on there.
Okay.
Nice.
And is the door to the bedroom still closed?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they had gotten around to investigating. It's like talking about the door that goes down towards the barracks. Yeah, that does appear to be shut still.
Door leading to hallway C.
Barracks door. Barracks door.
They got bats in there? Anyway.
I hate
24
you.
on that perception check.
24 without the perception check. How long you kind of sit there listening for?
If we're done with healing and I can't move this body, probably as soon as we're done healing, so a minute.
Okay, about another minute or so while you guys are kind of fiddling around. Okay. You don't hear anything like alarms at this time.
Conversation or words or anything from
Right.
the other. Okay.
Right, not right at this moment.
Okay.
Anything else anybody else is doing?
Once that minute's done, I'll try and aid Gloob in getting those things out the way.
What
By
are you guys
things,
trying to
I
do
guess
with
I mean corpses. I was just going to get them into that door, and if we're lingering a little bit longer, I guess try and prestidigitate blood.
I was gonna say, here, Jakob, you help me move these. Bart, you do the clean hand thing, and I'll grab the lighter part of these things' bodies, and I will let Jakob do the heavy lifting.
The crabs are definitely the heavier of the two types.
We'll grab their little
significantly.
I think we're
side
good.
legs.
I rolled a 32.
Yeah, I was about to say
Oh, fuck.
with Jakob's plus 11 to athletics and you guys working together, I'm just like, Yeah, y'all are fine. I'd say y'all be good on being able to move these guys together. It will still take a little bit. Where are you guys trying to take them to, and are you taking all 4 or all 5, including the pirate?
I would assume all, and we're gonna put them in the room that we have everybody else hanging out in.
Okay, so you guys are dragging them all the way down the hall into the barracks, and you're just tossing the corpses in there?
Correct.
Okay. At this time when you guys first go in, doesn't seem like anybody's stirred quite yet.
When we get into the room, I'll just say, anybody awake under there? If you are, don't come out. If you do, you'll end up with like your 2 buddies over there. And these ones.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Could before he says this number, could I give him advantage by like kicking the severed guy's head over to the pile of
Mattresses?
Yeah, over to the pile of mattresses into view?
I will say that as it is a visual attempt to assist, they can't see. They are completely covered in clothes and like you guys completely covered the pile. There's a pile of bedding in the back. There's no real indication that there are people under there.
In that case, I'll say, you hear that? That's your buddy's head.
Should just stack it on. More weight for them to have to get off.
That's gross.
I will
Sure,
assume
yeah,
other
you have
people.
you have advantage, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, that's much better. With 19.
You hear no responses, but you feel very solid in your delivery. I feel like it's proper scary right there. Gloob, you get a little bit of you get some goosebumps. You feel a little afraid of Yakum for a moment. You're like, oh wait, no, he's on my side.
Oh, we good.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're cool. We're cool.
That was good.
For a second, you forget that you're not actually a pirate, and you're like, oh man, he might want to kill me.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, if they're all unconscious, I figure they'll see the bodies.
Spot on.
Thanks. We should probably move the rest of these.
So y'all are moving all of them, correct?
Hurriedly, as quickly as we can.
Okay. Even hurrying, taking them all the way along the length, even with as buff as Yakum is, it's still awkward. These are big dudes, especially the crabs. Try not to, like, cut yourself or stab yourself on any quills or anything. It's probably going to take you guys a solid, like, somewhere between, like, 5 to 7 minutes, maybe even 10, to get all 4 of these bodies hauled down there. Are you guys actually tossing them on top of the pile, or are you guys just leaving them in the room?
Just in the room.
Okay,
Just
so
like at the door.
yeah, so not quite 10 minutes. You guys get them just inside the door. Okay. Anything Bart and Julian are doing while they're hauling all these bodies around?
Julian's
guess-
carefully keeping an eye through the door. Like, you said there's like a very thin crack, right?
For which door?
The door we roped up.
The door you figure they could get a thin crack if they started pushing from their side.
Okay.
It is sealed fairly tightly, like from
Okay.
this side. If they pushed it, it would probably open up like a smidgen.
Gotcha. He, in that case, is listening at that door.
Okay, roll a
Hurry
perception
up.
check for me.
Hey! I can never remember my perception bonus. One moment. I'm so sorry.
While he looks that up, the last big body, I would put up against the door on the outside to try to.
Okay, so you try to hold it shut.
With a whopping +3, be 19.
19. Okay. So hauling that last body and kind of leaning it up against the door itself on the outside, hoping to keep it open for maybe it'll keep it shut. All right. So you guys are going. Bart, what did you say you were doing?
Prestidigitation.
You sit there kind of trying to get all this
Buff it
blood
out.
out.
Buff it out. That'll be fine. Get a little spit shine.
So you're going around cleaning up some of it. You figure it probably won't be perfect, but
Yeah,
you'll
pick
get
up
a lot of it.
pick up the quills, like toss them in the other room.
Yeah, doing the best you can.
Going blurry as they do it.
Nah, that's fine. So as you're sitting there, you're prestidigitating, you're getting a lot of that. just after, because what I said, it'd be just under 10 minutes. So, right as you guys are coming back from hauling those last couple bodies, or that last body, down, up against the door, Julian, you start to hear of somebody walking down the hall on the other side of that door.
Immediately through the mental link to Gloob.
Incoming from the antechamber.
Big shrug.
Muffled voice on the other side. It's not moving very much. The person has made it to the door.
We should keep on looking.
Here's some more muffled, what is probably like cursing
Lie to him.
in the
And
door.
then we keep moving.
Bart's gonna say, blah, 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 blah.
Footsteps have already moved away from the door much faster.
Oh, okay.
Julian will move over to the door the guy was trying to escape through.
Okay. So moving into the left double door
Yes.
on the wall that has 2. Okay.
You all ready?
I think might not be a bad idea to just let them come in, and we can persuade them to put their weapons down, have them go into the bedroom, tie them up.
We
Well,
have
they
to
ra-
find my brother, and we don't know
ra-
how long that'll take.
They ran off, so they're about to go tell someone. So we can either get this door open and call after them and take care of it, or it's going to be something we're going to have to deal with later. That's the call we got to make right now.
And I'd rather not have them come behind us. I don't know how strong that rope is. I know it's strong.
Well,
But-
Julian said there was another way through the water, so if they can call that one out in the water and tell them to raise some alarm, then we're in a heap of trouble.
I say we keep moving for now. That's my vote.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's do it.
We put that there to hold them for as long as it can. Let's hope it does.
All right. Should we go faster then?
See,
Let's see what it holds.
open up the door.
Okay. So go in using the key.
No, we're gonna lockpick anyway.
Hey man. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not the boss here. You can do what you want.
Was this the lab door or the fighting pits door?
You're
We
not sure.
don't know. The only one we were
Oh.
sure of was the one to the holding area.
Yeah, with the wisdom check Julian made last time, the only one he could remember for sure was the one down to the holding pens. So, unlocking the double doors on the left hand side. Easy as pie this time. No resistance whatsoever. Smooth like butter, even. The doors open up to another brightly lit corridor. This one descending quickly and steeply.
No doors or breakaway paths or anything.
Not that you
we can see.
immediately see.
Step over and open the other one. See what we see.
Open that one. Similar. Almost straight down.
No lights.
Lights, absolutely. Like this, everywhere in here has been very well lit, but almost like sharp angle, headed
All right.
straight down.
We're in the lightning round. Both of y'all go down each staircase, tell each other which ones to go through, and whichever one's the one that you actually need to go down, you tell the other to come back and have us go the other way.
Smart.
And without another word, we'll go down the second one he just opened.
Okay, you're going to the one you just opened. You're going down the first one on the left. Both you roll stealth checks for me.
No, not a nat 20, but damn good. 27.
Also very good. Wait, are we getting D4s to these? Or no?
It's
At
probably
this
been
point, it's
past
worn
10
off.
minutes.
Yeah, at this point, it's worn off.
29.
So we got a 29 for Gloob and a 27 for Julian. Okay, once
I-
again. Yes, sir.
I will hold the horn of silent alarm and just say I will blow this twice, one for each of you, if they somehow get through the door in the time it takes for you to do what you're doing.
Just get a nod in response.
Okay.
We are pad footing.
So, both of you are going down. Heading straight down. Once again, like to reiterate, these hallways are so brightly lit.
Sound.
You are, yeah. The stealth is sound. You're trying to make sure if anybody is up ahead of you, they don't hear you.
Right.
They're looking in your direction when you come into view. Your ass is grass, or at least seen.
Unless you're like right near a ledge or something, right?
Right. Unless you happen to find something that you can hide behind. Head straight down, both of you. Gloob going down and say, "This is." You guys don't know this unless you're staying in constant coaching yourselves through the Spies Murmur as you're going down. Your paths are almost identical. Initially, heading down, steep incline, 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, until it starts to level off. And you now have, and this has stayed like double wide. This is a 10-foot wide hallway almost all the way down. As you come, guys, both of you come down. Gloob, actually both of you roll perception checks for me.
Much worse than my stealth check. Okay. Another 19.
19. Okay.
16 for Gloob.
16. I'll say 16. 16 is perfect. Gloob, as you're coming down, you start to hear voices. A little distant. Some that are from farther down, straight along the tunnel, and then some that are slightly muffled from as you kind of come down just about maybe another 15 feet down the hallway after it's leveled out through a single wide door. Some slightly muffled and some and maybe two farther down the hallway that you can't quite see.
Any slots in the door?
This one does not.
I can look first. Okay.
This one does not.
Gotcha.
Julian, as you're coming down, and on your straightaway, you don't hear any voices. Not right at this moment, anyway. However, we're gonna say that as part of your 19, you get a little twinge of memory as you're going along, and this one it breaks down into another straightaway corridor, and you can see a couple indentations on either side as it goes down. And kind of as you're pulling up on that first one on the right, you almost know what you're gonna see. As you see, like this whole pathway and everything in here has been this purpose made, has been a created, pretty cleanly kept facility. This is like a very rough version of of concrete, is what this whole place seems to be made out of for the most part. And it's all been pretty well maintained. There's been a little bit of wear and tear on some of the places where people have been brought in and out of, and where people have been chained to those benches and things. This is the first one where it looks like they just haven't bothered. It's not worth the upkeep, as there are nicks and scratches and claw marks in kind of the concrete surrounding the door and in the door itself. As you kind of remember that, you're pretty sure that that's where most of the finished product were kind of roomed. That they basically had their own barracks. That once they were finished and felt conditioned enough to be usable, that they started being kept around here, closer to the doctor, closer to his side, closer to where he could command them if necessary, if he felt the need.
So closer to the lab or the pits?
Closer to the lab. Closer to his own apartments.
I think I found the lab, and the doctor may be nearby.
I hear voices down here. You want me to see if I can get an eye on them first to see who it is? You just want to go ahead and go down there?
If you can do it without putting yourself at risk, I'll see what there is to see around here. If my brother is housed in an additional cell here, I'll bring him back up to the surface before we proceed.
He said it was dark, remember?
Right.
I'll proceed down towards not the voices on the door, but the voices at the edge of the hallway, and see if I can just lay eyes on them.
Okay.
Like around a corner or something.
So, Julian, you're continuing to move down?
Yeah, because you said it was the abomination holding cells to my left and right, correct?
To your right is where you saw, there's one door that that's kind of where the finished product are kept. You don't know if there's another one. You remember there being at least one. You're not sure if they had multiple. You also know that this was years ago.
I just misunderstood. I thought you said there was a nook on either side.
You said there's some nooks farther down. This first one that you came up on, you distinctly remember after seeing it. You kind of get that flash.
Like, is it like the earlier doors that has like a slatted window into it? Is there any way to see through it? Is there just a solid door?
This one looks like it's just a solid door.
All right, in that case, moving along for a moment.
So moving along. Gloob, since you're a little more immediate as you're getting closer, and you can hear the voices, and we'll stick with your 16 for the moment on that perception check as you're starting to creep a little closer and a little closer. Probably about another 20 feet down, maybe another 30 feet, you're not quite sure. On your right, another door is there. This one, a double door of that same closed metal. On that side, the voices are a little farther down. And around this time, they actually are starting to get closer. As remember, because the tunnel kind of curves off to the right a little bit as it goes down further, and you can hear now that you've gotten a little farther down that these voices are definitely coming around from the bend.
Sounds like they're coming towards.
Sounds like they're coming towards you. Yes.
The double door immediately beside me. I try to see if it's locked.
Locked.
I'll try to. Does it sound like I might be able to pick this lock? And before they round this corner, are they like super fucking immediate, like any second now?
If you roll real well, you think you might be able to make it. You think if you get real lucky, or if it's similar enough to the other locks in this place you've picked so far, you might be able to get it through before they get around, before they get into visual.
Okay. I will try to do this, and then if not, I will move in bonus action. Just try to
back up the way you came.
Okay. That's not gonna fail, unfortunately.
What is that? A 3? So which that only brings you up to a 12.
13.
13.
Okay. 14. Sorry, it's
14.
plus 11.
Gotcha. Oh, you have expertise. Nice. Unfortunately, 14. Not quite able to get it, and you actually rolled low enough that it started to stick early on. So immediately, you can see the shadows being thrown as they're starting around the corner, and you immediately movement bonus action, 50 feet, and your footsteps are silent. So even though technically you're breaking your stealth by just dropping into a dead sprint, there's nothing to cover up. As you do make it just up, because you've been about 35 feet, so you're making it about 15 feet up the ramp, just kind of cutting off, you think, the angle of visibility before you think that they would have rounded that corner. But you do hear those voices continue to get a little closer as they're kind of going back and forth.
Do I hear anything they're saying, or hear what they sound like?
Roll one additional perception check for me.
That'll be my last question. Terrible. 9.
9. Vague. Kind of doesn't seem like they're talking in super loud. They're definitely kind of talking just to each other. I'd say at best it sounds kind of like nothing. Doesn't sound like they're talking about anything important. Neither of them seem like very serious. It's just kind of like banter tone.
Okay.
Like they're shooting the shit as they walk. As they walk like a loop or something. You're not quite sure.
Okay. Dashing all the way up back to Bart and Yakumin, telling them that we might have company coming this way soon.
Okay.
Didn't sound like they were running or yelling or anything, but they may be on the way. And that's it for me.
Okay. So, Julian, as you're going down, like I said, you've got another door on your left, at about probably another 15 or so feet after that first pen. This one doesn't look as torn up. I say as torn up. You kind of see a little bit of like claw marks and stuff like along the walls, kind of everywhere. It's been kind of kept a little bit cleaner, but there's definitely they move through this tunnel the most frequently, and shit's just gonna happen. This door seems a little bit scratched up as well, but does not appear to be as damaged.
Is this another solid door?
This one's another solid single door.
We'll listen for just a few seconds. Hear anything?
Roll a perception.
Breathing, roaring, anything like that? Jesus Christ. Okay, 21.
21. You do hear the sound of breathing on the other side of the door.
Like human breathing or like...
Sounds humanoid to you, but it sounds like they're at least, with a 21, you can they're definitely, even through a solid door, there's multiple sets. Here at least 3, maybe 4.
We'll try to quietly peek in the door.
Okay, you trying to open the door?
Yeah.
Slowly opens.
Just kind of like get that crack and look on my dark vision, see what I see.
Shockingly, this room is dark. Completely dark. As you look in, and kind of scan across. Roll another quick perception check. This is now just for your visual. It's dark vision, but dark vision still makes it dim.
17.
17. Very nice.
Getting lower.
As you look in, and you see several, like from this corner, you can only kind of see one side of the room, but you do see kind of in 2 corners, kind of separated. It's a fairly sizable room, maybe 20 feet across, maybe 20 by 20. Looks like pretty big, but not massive either. And in the corners, you can see like actual, not beds, but also, you know, a little better than the cots that were in the prisoners' quarters. And you see blankets, whole 9 yards, and you do see a cup from in there. You can see sleeping figures in both of those beds. You can see, you're not quite sure about the exact details on them with a 17, and not from this distance.
They don't look particularly like bestial, no big crab claws or spines sticking out or anything like that.
Not that you can see.
Take a closer look.
You're going into the room? Are you
Trying to keep the door.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna like pull it to. Not gonna shut it all the way, but definitely pull it to so it's not letting in a bunch of disruptive light.
Okay. So now as you are moving to not just sound but darkness, roll 1 additional stealth check for me. As you kind of gone through, you've opened up the door and you're now creeping in.
Okay, that one is only a 19.
19? Okay. Okay.
I need plus 10, plus 8.
As you get in and you creep up to one of these to one of these beds, you can as you get in all the way, you kind of look around and you see they're all four corners. It looks like they're kind of spaced apart. You see chests at the foot of each bed that, you know, kind of is pretty standard for like military. You know, they got their chests where they can keep their personal effects and anything that they acquire, kind of deal. Small like bedside and things. Like it's weird. This is relatively like normal. Like they got like a little thing with like a water for, you know, face washing basin, all that fun stuff, kind of by their beds and things. As you creep up and look at the closest one, oh, they're definitely augmented. Like they've definitely been changed. But these look a lot more like you. Changes are a lot more subtle. They don't have these giant overarching like protrusions and things. Like, as you kind of, are you physically messing with them at all, or are you just kind of looking it over?
Looking it over at first until I see details.
Like over, you see gills, evidence of gills along the sides of the neck. But once more, like, none of those big spines. You do see, like, the skin is thicker in places. Like, it's like a lesser version of that giant chitinous armor that the crabs had. Just from looking them over. It's eerie. It seems almost like a less extreme version of the augmentations or the changes made to the ones that you just fought, or even to the eel, the lightning eel one that you guys fought all the way back when at level 4.
And these aren't bound at all.
No. Also,
or other weapons or anything.
Not that you can see.
A little disturbed, he'll back out of the room and lock it behind.
No further investigation?
I mean, I checked all of them. None of them are my brother, right?
Not that you can see. Like I said, all of them look augmented. All of them look changed. All of them in those much more subtle, still extreme, but not in such physically jarring ways.
we'll step out of the room and lock it for the time being.
Door was unlocked when you first went in. You don't see a lock.
Would it be possible to check one of the chests? You said they have like a personal effects chest.
Yeah.
Just gonna peek into one of those.
Get a peek in one of those. That's locked.
Do I see keys that any of them have, like on their bedside table or hanging next to their wall or anything like that?
Roll a quick investigation check for me.
+3, don't fail me now. I'm not shitting you, another 19.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
nice, yeah. First one
22.
you go to investigate. You see a couple, like, you do see like a like knife, like, but it's more of like almost like a pen knife, like a belt knife, is on
Right.
one of the bedside tables, along with like a small pouch and a couple other things, like, you know, when you empty your pockets before you go to bed, that kind of thing, kind of tossed on there.
Right. Yeah.
And in amongst that, you do see a single little kind of like brass key.
See if that unlocks the chest. Still creeping around.
Click it with your 19 on the stealth, still kind of very purposely. These are well made. No excessive creaking, no rust. Click. Opens up.
What's inside?
Flip it up. Clothes. For the most part, you see multiple sets of clothes, and you also see armor. In this one, you do see, it looks like leathers and some other things like studded leather armor in there in this one. And some other random clothes and other effects, all of them kind of dark, very sober colors, dark browns, dark greens, some like very dark blues, black, of course, gray. Very, very subtle, very, nondescript clothing. But then is where you also find weapons. One of which is a nice big crossbow, and one as well as a long saber, and that one and a bracer of knives.
I lock that back. And you said there's 4 people in here, right?
Yep.
See if I can get all their keys.
You're just taking all of them. Roll one more investigation check.
This is nerve-wracking. 16.
16. You find 2 more. Other 2 also kind of similarly placed on bedside table. One of them isn't for some reason. Not that you immediately see.
Just kind of cut a glance at that 4th one, pocket all the keys, and then slip out.
And slip out. Okay. Slip out. Back out. Slowly shut the door.
Turns into a problem later, it'll be slightly less of a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright. Slip out of the door. Slowly shut that. As you turn to, I assume, continue down around this time, with the time you spent in that room, you would have heard, Gloob, did you communicate over the earpiece that you heard these guys? You did that to Julian, right? So you would have heard this, but at this juncture, you know that he has gone back up and that he has gone to warn Bart and Jakob that you guys might have company soon. Are you continuing down the hall, or are you turning back to your friends?
Continue down the hall. He's feeling like heart racing, dogged. His brother could be around the next corner.
So as you're starting to go back down that hall, Gloob, you have now made your way back up around this time. Bart and Jakob, you guys hear. And the sound of shouting on the other side of the door that is roped. As this guy, seems like that dude made it all the way back and got the rest of them. You start to hear kind of these muffled shouts from the other side, and start slowly, at first kind of that random, and it stops for a few seconds, and then you start hearing that rhythmic, and it's not going very far yet, but you can see it starting to stress the rope, starting to stress the manacles. And
Alright.
that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ah, son of a bitch. It's
Saw that
11:02
coming.
already?
Yeah, I know.
Saw that coming.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
I thought you were gonna call it when I stepped out the door because I saw it was 11 on the clock on the
Nah,
dot.
I wanted to get us a round of what everybody has to ruminate on for a week.
I'll make sure we
Fantastic.
stop her for a week.
Hey man, it's not my problem.
I cast Fireball.
Hell yeah.
I start
the
casting mending on the manacles.
Awesome. Oh man, good stuff, fellas. Well, I hope you guys had a good time. I know
Yeah.
I did. But as always, thank you guys for joining me. And of course, thank everybody who joined us in the chat. Thank you. I appreciate chat helping troubleshoot audio issues. That's always very helpful. I love it. It's always good to see. Okay, then we don't have to do it. We don't have to do all of it ourselves. We can go back and forth. It's nice. It's a bonding experience. But that being said, yeah, thank you so much if you've been here the whole time. If you've only just now showed up recently, we appreciate you all. If you haven't already, though, drop a follow. That's awesome, because then you can see when we go live and do things like this that are stressful, especially because homebrew is hard and possibly very deadly. So yeah. But that being said, we do this every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Goslin, the Ghost of Saltmarsh, ran by myself and played by these lovely gentlemen. However, on Saturday, we have another game that is ran by this guy right here, my boy in purple, man's who murders over short ruination. Mr. Glue Preferred, or Jones himself, runs our Cross Eberron campaign, which is at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and has him as God, and myself, and a couple of these other fellows, and a bunch of other folks that are in it. It's a ton of fun. Things are equally stressful. One of our party members is currently MIA because she got kidnapped by her dad. So that's cool. So come check that out. And of course, donate to the International Medical Corps. It's for a good cause. So greatly encourage you to do that. And we're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna raid Ink and Liar, because I think I did Dice Cream Sandwich last week. I can't remember. My memory doesn't go back that far. So we're gonna raid them. I forgot to hit the button, so I'm gonna keep talking for a few more seconds. We will be missing some dates here in the relatively near future, near-ish, a month-ish from now. A month from now, we'll be missing Monday on the 10th of October, and we're missing a Saturday at some point. More to come on the Saturdays and Mondays between now and then. But yeah, show these guys some love, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.